Hey,
I don't fucking care.
I don't care.
Listen.
I will tell you.
This is my hot take.
How terrible all 13 witchcraft movies are.
Those movies
on YouTube
suck
again. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Oh, hey, explicit tag.
Oh, hey, welcome to the BMFcast
show.
Yes.
Hi, Internet.
Welcome, everyone, to the final 2015 BMFcast.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends.
We're so glad you could attend.
And tweeted.
Twitter.com/BMFcast for all your hot tweeting needs.
That's a good looking poster.
Yeah, I am.
Not you.
Uh-oh. We didn't rename last week's live stream.
Oh, no.
I'll take care of it.
Thanks, Chuck.
No problem.
You're the man, man.
Yeah, I know.
You're all the man now, dog.
Yeah. Drop down to Motorola. There we go.
Just pop that shit out, yo. You don't have to pop. You don't have to do nothing, man. Just pop that
What?
chat out to a whole separate window.
Pop.
It's right here.
Pop.
Pop. Nothing to see here. We popped out.
Mm.
This is the old chat gone again? Is that what we're doing again now?
I have it.
Oh, you
What?
have it?
Maybe it took a week for you to
My
lose it.
sister has it.
You take a while.
If you've had chicken pox, the chat is already inside
Oh,
you.
no.
Oh, there it goes. The chat just took a while to pop in.
Pop in.
Pop in.
Pop that in. Pop in.
Right.
Man.
Oh, man. All that hot Star Wars talk we had last week.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
Talked about the Star War.
Star War. The awakening that forced you awake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's time to lube up the old lips.
I'll do the same.
Will you? Will you join me in lip lubing?
Yes. Just put a lot on it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks for that poster there, VHScollector.com.
They're our new sponsor.
It's not like they can't see it.
You Google a better poster.
You Google better push.
No, I know they're not out there. They all have trauma bullshit posted all over them.
They do. They have trauma bullshit posted all over them. I was told.
I couldn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I lost my
Jeez.
nerve.
What?
Y'all aren't gonna kiss?
I can't do
Apparently
PDAs,
not.
I'm sorry.
I'm leaving then. I was promised there would be kissing.
I was going to K on your L's.
Don't. All right, we got one. So we're good to go.
Boom.
Wait, that's our mark now? Just, there has to be one person in there?
Yeah.
2.
See?
1 star, we're in, and all of our listeners are stars
Oh,
because they
I
thought they
gotcha.
missed the train to
All
Mars.
right, it's time to cover up Chuck. Nobody wants to see him.
Up, Chuck.
Bye, Chuck.
No, Chuck. No, Chuck. No. Come back, Chuck.
We need some soundboard effects going here. Sprawling.
Boing.
There's our lip living over here.
What are you doing, bro?
Come closer. Come closer to me.
Bro out?
Yeah, I do. Just play some GameCube.
Press some GameCube.
Max body spray right over here. Dave. We fans call him Dave.
Yeah. It's like 2 ears connected to a heart. Good. Every time I feel I hear like the first 3 notes of that song, I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Take these chances. Found different girls.
God damn it. Missed that show.
How do you miss it? You guys got your 6 seasons in a movie,
I
right?
mean, you get a movie.
No, there's
You
no
got
movie
6
yet.
seasons.
No movie yet.
We did get 6 seasons. That last one was fucking insane.
Isn't that what you like?
I should get around to watching that.
You probably should watch it.
I watched like the first 3. And
But you
then
have to
just-
watch it on some...
Because like,
Yeah, I had
Yahoo's-
to, like,
Yahoo.
going on Yahoo to find it.
Yahoo's going to write it off, and then you'll never be able to find it again.
I don't want to watch it on Yahoo.
I know.
Hey, it
it's
cost
fine.
it lost Yahoo like $50 million.
I had no problem with Yahoo Screen other than I was like had to remind myself, oh yeah, it's on fucking Yahoo Screen.
Do they
But
have
once I was there, it was
they
fine.
have a PlayStation 4 app?
No.
Yeah.
They have a website.
They have an Apple TV app.
No.
So,
Do they?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's how I watched it because there was no commercials on that thing.
All these people get Apple TVs.
Yeah,
Good job.
Maybe that's why I had no problem
You watch
with
that in some SNL clips, huh?
I love them SNL clips.
it. No clips.
Oh, I can go to Yahoo Screen on the PS4 browser.
Oh, that's that
So
thing
in other
works
words,
good.
yeah. Go to a website.
Yeah,
So yeah, I have to
Right.
watch it there.
What was that?
yeah, you can totally just get on there and do the thing.
Well, on this screen as opposed to
oh right,
that's-
you can't up here. You got to.
I gotta do this. Yeah. You gotta make the
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna scissor it.
gotta do a church steeple.
Yeah,
You gotta-
yeah. You gotta. Oh God! Don't let that get away from you.
What's happening?
I don't know. Pretty sure that's like a hedge trimmer or something. I don't know what's going on over
That's
there.
right. That's
yeah,
violent.
I invented that move. It's,
That's what the Time Barbarians were doing when
Yeah.
Duran would go away.
Oh. Duran.
Yeah, Duran's gone later.
Duran ran away.
Let's just
Duran
do-
ran. Duran ran.
my
Yes.
neck hurts after that.
All right.
Yeah, podcast. Are we gonna make one?
Yeah. 2 people are chatting. 6 people are watching. Wait, so there's 4 of us and 2 people. Okay, we're
I don't
good.
think it counts us.
It apparently does now.
What?
It counts at least one.
Okay.
Oh, it's down to 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Aw.
I think it counts like IP addresses, and since we're all on one, it's only one.
Oh, I should.
A thing I
Log in my
postulated
VPN.
weeks ago.
Huh? What?
Nothing. You can listen to it back later.
All right. Okay. Podcast time.
Sure. All right. Sounds good, man.
Okay. All right, well, look at the back.
Whoa.
Oh, well, bacon
Wow, my God. It's been a while since
We're
you've done that.
1909.
It's been a long year.
309 movies.
Told you I had a boredom aneurysm this week.
Voyeurism.
I had lost motor skills.
For 2 days from now, this is the worst opening 30 minutes to a YouTube video I've ever seen.
Yeah, pretty much. That's every 1%. All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 305.
Woo!
Woo. Woo, indeed.
Hang
The
up.
grand finale for 1990.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done with 1990 after
The
this.
end. We are removing 1990 from
The calendar.
everything.
The actual calendar.
History.
It's gone.
Erased from existence.
Once we end this podcast, we got a big red button outside. Bang.
Yep.
Goodbye.
By 1990. So, I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Sometimes we come up with fantastic ideas like doing an entire theme year.
Yay!
The best ideas ever.
Yes!
We're so fucking smart.
It was awesome.
But what we do is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. We come in here and talk about it for the first half. Then we rate them. Good bad movies. Enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Hooray!
Came out in 1990.
It did.
Yeah.
But, however, bad movies is stay away. They get a negative sliding scale 1 to 5 bags as in douchebags after Twilight.
Boo.
Boo indeed.
Yuck.
So, the end of 1990, as we know it, on Earth, brings us the end of time. Barbarians.
Yeah.
Time Barbarians, 1990.
Yes.
Final movie that you will ever see from 1990 because we're erasing it from history as soon as we finish.
Yep. This is it.
Time Barbarians.
We're going to barbarian some time. Plot summary. 'Cause That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah.
A medieval warrior chases a bad guy to modern-day Los Angeles to avenge the death of his wife. That's it.
Easy there, Micro Machines.
A medieval warrior chases a bad guy to modern-day Los Angeles to avenge the death of his wife.
Okay, Billy Bob. What the hell was happening?
That's accurate.
Yeah.
I'm stretching this out because I don't know how the fuck we're going to talk about this movie.
Speaking of stretching out, this movie does a lot of that.
It's all a lot of woo, clang, clang.
All right, and then we rate it.
Yeah. So that's Time Barbarian.
Yeah.
You'd be shocked at how many notes I took.
well,
you didn't share.
I forgot to share them with everyone.
Well, then let's defer to you, and you can steer
you
this
want
ship.
me to just steer it?
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Just
Yeah.
steer the ship. All
How
over
does
the
this
place.
movie start?
All right, the first note I have is Barbarian fights Woo Fighter.
Woo! Woo!
It's like Ric Flair with a sword.
Yeah.
He is.
He can't sneak up on anybody because he's just like, I'm here.
He'd have the drop on him.
He does my favorite thing, which is sneak up on somebody, get as close as you can, like take like 10 minutes to sneak up on them.
Yep.
And then as you're attacking, go, ah!
Yeah.
But this guy, he chooses to go, woo!
He's very excited. He's on a lot of cocaine.
I like cocaine. Woo!
Woo!
Yeah. I mean, he never dials it down this entire movie.
Nope.
But yeah, so, he just jumps on our hero.
And he, every time he swings, he woos at him.
Yes.
So it's a very long fight.
He woos pre-swing. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you now.
He announces his swing.
Swing.
Yes. Woo! And it never works.
It's unfortunate he was not wielding two swords. Woo style.
I was holding them sideways.
Yeah.
While the doves were flying.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you want my next note?
Yeah, because nothing else happens
All right,
except
the
for
next
wooing
note.
and
Well,
clanging.
yes, and he takes his mask after defeating the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And doesn't kill him.
No.
Guy runs off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he seems very...
Wait.
He's despondent that his mask has been taken.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
not happy about the mask.
he's still
I thought he
wooing.
mortally wounded that guy.
Oh, no, because that guy comes back.
That's the guy who
Hey,
shows up
that's right.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he does.
No, he's gonna
Man, this...
he's gonna bash that guy's brains in, and then it's just like, nah. And
All right,
Give
the
me
guy's
your
like,
mask for no reason.
"Woo!" Yeah.
Yeah.
And he decides to chase his hot, spangled
Tassel-y wife.
tassel-breasted wife.
That bikini top was kind of mesmerizing
Yeah.
because it hung down like 6 inches from her chest.
And
But when
like
she
sort
walked-
of triangles, like
Yeah.
reverse triangles
But-
off of the
But when it was
crest of her cleavage.
long distance VHS shots,
Yeah, it looks like
it looked like she was like 90 years old and
Yeah.
they were just hanging down.
danglers.
Yeah.
They're like gold scales. It's
Yeah.
the kind of thing that you'd see at your Ren Fair metal
Yeah.
bikini type.
But on like a
place.
VHS looking transfer, which is
Looks
pretty
a
much
little
what
bit weird.
this is. And by the way, it's on Amazon Prime, so you
Oh,
can
yeah.
all go enjoy it.
Yeah.
as we
Amazon
did.
Prime.
Yeah,
And then check the
if you have
recommendations after that.
yeah.
I mean, I guess you could rent it for...
Oh yeah, you could
money.
pay them,
Yeah,
but if
money,
you,
but
you
yeah.
should have.
Yeah,
Amazon
that
Prime.
would be an
Well,
amazing thing to do. Pay them money.
But yeah, so the resolution is terrible. So her bra top looks like boobs.
And should we mention it's distributed by Troma, but they had nothing to do with actually making it.
Just one of their pickups,
Very,
like,
Yeah.
very important to note.
like the GI
Yeah, because it's going
executioner.
to start and you're going to see Troma and you're going to be like,
BMFcast, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but no.
specifically said no trauma.
No,
Yeah.
still no trauma.
But yeah, he puts on the mask and he's chases after her for a long time.
A very long time.
First stalking her and her going, "Hey, who's there? I will fight you. Who is there?"
Yeah.
And eventually they do fight, and then he takes the mask off. And she's like, "Oh, you."
Oh,
Right.
it's my husband.
Yeah.
Ah, thanks for almost trying to kill me.
Like, I couldn't recognize anything else about you.
Yeah.
Your complete, utter lack of clothing.
Your lion's mane of hair.
Your weird leather man bra, harness thing that you're wearing.
yeah, which
Pretty
just
sweet man
pushes
bra
your
harness
pecs
thing,
out
yeah.
there. It's not supporting you at all.
Yeah, we haven't really described him. He's basically the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, he's like that stuffed lion in Samurai Cop that's
Yeah.
on the wall.
But he,
Like, he wished hard enough and the yarn came to life
Yes.
and made this guy?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
a little bit Lex Luger, a little bit Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Actually, he's very Lex Luger.
Yeah, he's kind of got the buck tooth thing going on because he's got the lip that curls up just right, so he always looks like he's mouth breathing.
yeah. Loincloth,
Yeah,
furry boots.
yeah, heroin arm
Boots with the
things.
fur.
Yeah.
Swole.
He's got the
Swole
apple
is
bottom
always
loincloth,
fucker.
the
Yeah.
boots
Swole.
with the fur.
Yes,
Yeah.
all of these.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's that. That's
So yeah,
that guy.
so then they, they fight.
They do.
Then she's like, "Oh, you," and then apparently they have sex.
They copulate.
And then they talk about their history or something about how the amulet's important and blah blah blah.
Well, she has a bedazzled bikini bottom.
Yeah.
Like, as she's running in the woods while they're stalking each other, like, you just see this thing, like, shimmer and sparkle and shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah, she's got a giant gem on her
Yeah, she's totally vajazzled.
vajazzling area.
The first vajazzle.
Yeah. And it's a big one. They couldn't make them.
No.
They couldn't make
Origins.
rhinestones that small. So.
Fucking huge.
Right.
Things the size
You were
of,
endangering your health if you went any smaller than that in these days.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's like the Romancing the Stone. I mean, it's fucking
Yeah.
huge.
a fucking Hope Diamond.
Yep.
Well, he was romancing her stone.
He did.
Yes. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but it's one of those conversations where characters are telling each other stuff they already know, and it's basically that as long as you have that amulet, the village is protected,
Right.
and you're protected.
And why? Because a wizard told his grandfather all about it.
Yep,
A lady wizard.
we didn't know it was a lady wizard. We find that out later.
No, he says it in his conversation.
Yeah,
He's like,
he does.
Because she's like, what kind of dude wizard is this?
and he's like, well, actually, it's a lady wizard. And she starts to like play the jealousy card for. She's like, a lady wizard.
how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare your
How dare
grandfather
your
know a lady
grandfather?
wizard? You son of a bitch.
And then because she goes on this whole thing of like, you ever seen the wizard? What does he look like? Well, he doesn't look like anything. It's a she, and I've never seen it.
And she's like, harumph.
Yeah,
I see that. Yeah, my next note is camp life looks dull as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. Because, like, there's only him and another dude in this camp. And everyone else is a scantily clad, shiny lady.
Okay,
Right.
So, I wouldn't think that would be that boring.
It comes across as a little boring.
I don't know. They seem like they're having a good time. They don't know what they're missing. It's not
Well,
like...
the friend guy, if that's who you're talking about, shows up and he kind of comes walking into the camp. You know, like our Duran guy or whatever, the Barbarian guys, Time Barbarians, shown back up, and then like this other guy comes up and he does like the kind of sneak up on the camp, and you're like, fuck, another guy is going to attack the camp, but he's a friendly guy. He's got a flask, like a flagon of some wine, and
yes, a flagon.
yeah, I don't know,
Flagon
a
of
drinking
mead.
thing, like what a pouch.
A vessel.
Yeah.
A wineskin.
Yeah, sure.
There
Yes,
you
there
go.
you go. It's a wineskin.
But yeah,
I love them. They produce Pulp Fiction.
this guy shows up and you think he's going to attack the camp. We're like, oh, Jesus. And he does the same thing basically that Duran, our main guy, just did, where he's like, haha, it's me. And everyone's like, oh, you.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Yeah, he has a lady come running out and
Yeah.
hug up on him, and he's just like, got no time for you.
Yeah, he's like betrothed to this lady or whatever, and she runs out and she's just like, "Oh, you're back. I missed you." And he's like, "Whatever. I do not have time for this. I must see my man Duran. Come here,
Oh,
buddy." And Duran comes up to him and just plants his hand right on his chest, like right on his pecs, just like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? Nice to see you. Let's go. Let's leave these ladies alone. Let's
It
go
is the
hunting.
greeting of my people.
Let's go out in the woods and by
Yeah,
ourselves."
Well, that makes sense considering the population of their village is these two guys and a whole bunch of scantily clad women, but I don't know. I guess good for the goose, good for the gander.
Yeah. But just this guy does not want anything to do with her. But as soon as Duran's there, he's like, oh, hey, buddy.
Hey,
Thank God you're
I
here.
have missed you.
Yeah. And Duran's just like, ladies are good for like laying down in bed and stuff. And he's like, well,
They can't.
Can they hunt?
Yes. Can they drink wine with me?
Yeah.
No. And when they meet, they do the predator
Yeah.
arm wrestle handshake thing. It's like, Duran, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like, hey, let's leave these women behind. Let's go out and hunt and drink and be men.
Yep. So they go do that.
Yeah, they do.
And the ladies go to take baths in the river or
They
whatever.
go to just hang out at the river.
Yeah,
They plant
they're
themselves.
Yeah.
And two of them immediately are like, well, we should take our tops off.
Well,
Well, there's a guy who
Approved.
sneaks up.
right.
We haven't met our main bad guy yet.
No.
But a dude sneaks up and sees them and sees the amulet sitting on the ground because the barbarian queen has taken it off.
The super powerful thing that keeps their entire village protected, she kind of gives zero fucks about. It's just sitting on the shore nowhere near her.
Well, you can't get it wet.
Well, she also
It'll
found out.
replicate, or-
She also found out that it was given to them by a woman, and no, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh.
please take this thing away from me.
Yeah,
I don't like it anymore. I'm jealous.
yeah. But so he goes back to the main bad guy, who is named Mandrock.
Of course it is. Who I didn't know was a dude when the shot started because
No,
he's basically not wearing pants and he's got super long hair.
He kind of just borrowed Grace Jones's outfit from Conan the Destroyer.
Sort of, yeah. And it's like, well, who's this lady? And it's like, he turns around and you got full, like, 5 o'clock shadow beard going. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm
I love
sorry,
that the guy... I love it's like the usual barbarian bad guy movie thing where the guy's like, hey, man, I got news for you. And it's like, smack! What's your news? Shut your mouth.
Now tell me.
And he's like, there's like an amulet, and it's awesome. He's like, smack! But
It's like the biggest gym I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's probably going to be the most valuable thing we've ever touched.
I just love that he smacks him, hits him, and then smashes him up against the tree and is like, tell me more about this amulet.
Yeah. And there's like another guy in the camp too who's just like, hey, maybe you should listen to, and then just smack.
He gets backhanded.
It's like, wow, why are you hanging
Yeah.
out with this guy?
Yeah.
This guy does kind of suck.
Yeah, he's not a good,
This
good
is
man.
not a healthy relationship for any of you
No,
guys.
you guys should really think about getting away from him.
Yeah, but he's like, hey, it's just the ladies, and they're there, and he's like, all right, let's do this.
Let's go get this gym.
Yeah, and that's when the ladies are like, hey, tops, what are those? We don't need them.
Nah.
Well, the secondary ladies, not the
Well, yeah.
two primary
the,
ladies.
two,
like
the
the-
primaries don't, but
The one chick that's a porn star that
Yeah.
actually gets a credit at the very end for basically being like, hey, chick that would take her top off.
yep.
But yeah, so they're like playing in the water with each other.
Yeah.
They're
And
frolicking.
that's when, and like, they don't even notice the dudes come up who then are
Well,
like,
now, wait, okay, before the dudes show up, like the one lady who got rejected by Beardy Friend.
oh, yeah.
Just is like, woe is me, what is wrong with me, barbarian queen? And she's like, look into your heart, and I've seen into your soul, and you are to be with him, and everything will be okay. And she's like, yes, it is not, I am not at fault for him not liking me. It is him. Mm-hmm. Thank you, my love. And they're like caressing each other. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
all
the
right.
ladies get along with the ladies here.
They
and the
spend a
men
lot
get
of
along
time
with the men
alone.
here.
Because those dudes are just like, bah,
Yeah, most hunt.
Yeah, so that's then dudes sneak up on them. And,
Yeah, and they basically kill all the ladies except for the queen. And
they almost kill the other speaking lady.
yeah,
The other two just
the
bite
girlfriend one.
Yeah.
yeah, the other two just get killed off camera basically.
it. Right.
Yeah, and so then Mandrock, being the evil dude he is, ties her up.
Well, they capture the main chick by bonking her on the back of the head, to which main guy, they cut to him immediately, and he's just like, oh, hell, what the... I've been
Yeah.
hit in the head, and his friend's like, drink wine, it'll go away. And he's like, no, we got to go back.
Yeah, he's like, no, that means
Yeah, something is wrong with my lady friend. They should have introduced this concept, because things then happen that
Yeah.
don't make sense.
basically the thing we try to avoid having in all our movies happens because she's tied up and naked.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mandrock, evil dude, total dick.
Yeah, does evil things to
Yeah.
her.
Does that and then kills her, and then takes her amulet, and basically gets zapped out of existence.
Well,
with his buddy.
He Castle Grayskulls that thing. He's just like, to the heavens with this thing in my hand, and then zap, and they both vanish.
And we'll note that they don't know shit about this amulet. They just know it's shiny, and
And
they think that it's going to be worth a lot of money.
It's probably dope. It's probably in some way pretty cool, and
Yeah.
they need to have it.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh, this'll grant us great power. Well, they kind of say that.
The lackey guy is like, this is going to be power, and the dude just starts making shit up. He's just like, no, I think I know what this thing does. It's going to make me like super invincible and badass and cool.
I think only because the main guy picks it up and like it does its little lightning thing. He's like, whoa, this
Yeah.
thing has power and shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a big shiny
Yeah, because
jewel.
their motivation getting it was basically to get it to sell it.
Right. Yeah, it's a big shiny jewel.
Yeah. But main dude just makes shit up as to what it's going to do for him.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I touched it and it did stuff, so therefore I'm going to be a god. And then they vanish.
Yeah, and that's when Barbarian gets back,
Yeah. It's like,
And
oh, my wife is
finds her dead.
Yeah.
You know, they go through the whole burial thing, and he
Well,
swears
and they find the
vengeance.
one who's almost dead.
Yes,
It's like, hey,
and
what
she
happened
says-
here? And she's like, I cut off that dude's arm. Here it is. Gives it to his friend, and his friend is just like, all right, sweet, I'm holding on to this. Carries it around for like the next 5 minutes.
It was like a monkey's paw, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Except it's a Mandrick's paw. Yeah. But, yeah, Barbarian is just really bummed he's got to bury his wife.
He's got a
He's
Barbarian.
emoting. He's emoting for a while.
Oh, yeah, he's super like teenage boying.
Yeah.
He's just
and,
like-
And he's just... And he also knows that, like, their people are no longer protected because the amulet's gone.
Yeah.
So he's got to go find the wizard. So they're off to find the wizard. And takes his hunting buddy along because,
That's all he's got.
he's the only other guy in the film.
Yeah.
So yeah, they set off and then immediately get attacked by the Wu clan.
Woo! Well, they ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah. So and the thing is, it's not just that one guy wooing; it's all of them wooing.
That's their
Yeah.
thing. That's
And-
that's their shtick.
So there's a decent little fight where there's a lot of sword play and
It's
a
like
lot
10
of
dudes.
clanging.
Yeah.
And eventually his buddy, and the thing we'll say about Duran, our main guy, is he kind of sucks at everything because he gets his shit wrecked immediately.
Yeah.
He gets knocked out. He's on the ground, and his buddy is the one who kills a dozen of these guys.
Yeah, he gets conked. I mean, he's just down.
Yeah, and
For most of
and
it.
he's doing the whole wrestling I got hit with a chair thing where he's just like, oh, I'm so disoriented.
Yeah.
I can't even stand right now.
And of course, all the bad guys leave him alone for some reason. They all gang up on his buddy.
yeah, and his
So he
buddy
does
kills.
have two swords.
Yes.
Yeah,
He is fighting Wu style.
Yes. Yes, he does. He was prepared. He had to man up.
But not really prepared because he gets killed.
Yes, he does.
yeah. I mean, he does
Spoiler
pretty
alert.
well, but then when he meets up with the dude that didn't get killed in the very beginning with the mask, that dude gets him. He slices him across the chest, and then just chops him to bits.
Yeah.
He swings down on him, and because it's low budget, they're not going to show anything. But he swings down and cuts him up, and then they're just like, "Yeah, we got you, Barbarian. Now you're our prisoner." And
Come back to our camp and meet our boss.
yeah, we'll
Davy
have some
Crockett.
fun. Yeah.
We're just wearing a big Davy Crockett hat. And
Yeah, this whole section, I don't know, we can blow through it pretty quick. It's like
Yeah,
they worship some sort of evil shit that they don't explain. We have zero backstory to this movie, but it's like they're worshiping in the underworld and sacrificing people, and there's a tree where they tie up, Barbarian, and there's another guy where he's tied up and it's like, yeah, why are you here? And he's like, I'm trying to kill some people. He's like, some evil people. And he's like, well, dude, look around. There's plenty right here.
yeah. And then immediately they just grab that guy. He's like,
Right.
come on, time for you to be sacrificed.
He looks like he's probably been there 3 weeks, but as soon as he starts talking to Barbarian, they're like, oh yeah, drag him off. It's time
Yeah.
to sacrifice
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
And oh hey, you're right behind him. So
Right. And man, they do this weird thing where it's like they murder that guy.
well, they go just off camera so they can murder him, and then they woo off into the forest for a little bit.
Well, yeah. Well, they
Leaving-
feed him to the shiny rock.
Yeah.
with
Right.
The smoke.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which,
there's a
by the
whole-
way, the smoke machine budget for this movie,
Yeah.
holy shit. I mean, there are scenes where it's just nothing but smoke on screen. Like, character is just like, hey, guys, I don't know where the camera is. I don't know what's happening.
But these guys, after they murder the guy and sacrifice him to the hole in the earth, they go away long enough so that the wizard lady can show up first in the form of a wolf.
Yeah, but the weird thing, right before that, is that they all gang up on Barbarian and start punching him and yelling at him, and then they pants him for some reason.
Oh, yeah,
like they're
that's
just like, time for you to be naked, Barbarian. And then the movie fades back in, and that's when Wolf Wizard shows up and turns into a lady wearing a sheet, basically.
Wait, Wolf Wizard from CNN?
Yes, Wolf Wizard. And he's clothed again, so I don't know what the hell the point of that was. Because when the wolf rolled up, I was like, "Oh dear, this is bad for
good.
tied up naked Barbarian." There's a wolf here.
Yeah, Wolfman likes nards.
So, but yeah, no, Wolf turns out to be
The wizard,
sexy wizard lady.
who wow,
This
I
is
love this actress.
Yeah, she was like, "This is going on my clip reel, and it's going to be the only thing on my clip reel, so I'm going to act the fuck out of it."
She is committed as fuck,
Yeah.
and it's pretty great because she is just like, it's funny because she comes off as a total nag, but she's also just like, you lost the amulet?
Yeah, and she comes off as a out of time person for the rest of this universe. She's just like, I get you had one job. You just had to keep my thing for me. That's all you had to do. Mm-hmm. And the guy's like, I wasn't there. The ladies lost it. And she was like, shut up. You're the worst. Look, here's what you're going to do.
Yeah, and she's just like, I gave you one job. Don't lose the amulet. And you lost it.
Yeah.
Like she's so sarcastic towards him. It's weirdly out of place, but it also works. But she's also kind of trying to be old Englishy speak, because there's a lot of thine armor is fine.
Yeah, the whole movie is
and all
like
that
terrible
stuff.
Shakespearean bullshit.
Yeah.
But she's like one step removed from that. Like she's just kind of like, God, whatever, guy, just go get my thing. Just get out of here. Just I'm gonna release your ropes and do magic shit. And
And also, here's a magic sword.
right. But she explains like you have to go find these guys. They've gone to a place called,
Yeah.
and then she
goes, you must travel to a land called the future.
and like does like spirit fingers in front of his face, like the future.
Future.
It's tomorrow's tomorrow is how she describes it. Like that makes any fucking sense to him. Oh,
It's like a lot of tomorrows.
yeah. It's a super long way away.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe their days are like, Game of Thrones winters, though.
Maybe. They do act like time is a weird ass thing because. Well,
But yeah, but
Time is a weird ass thing.
but
It is.
she goes,
Wibbly
all
wobbly.
right, you don't have the amulet. You got to get it back.
yeah.
I'm going to conjure you up a sword. And guess what?
Nice.
This will protect you as long as you don't lose it.
Yeah. Don't lose that either, idiot.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty hard for him to do because it just kind of magically attaches itself to his back that he
It
can.
does.
Yeah. It's just whenever he
summon
needs
whenever
it,
he wants
just
it.
reach for it and sword's there.
Yep. So
Yeah.
he yanks he's free. He yanks it out of the stone, murders all those dudes.
Yeah. They all come back and they're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
And then-
He's like, "Haha, murder time, bitches."
Well, yeah. Because he gets like juiced up.
Oh,
When he-
yeah.
when he picks up that sword, suddenly he's got like lightning behind him and smoke. And
yeah.
But he basically just kind of murders them all and then immediately like hero poses and
Oh, yeah.
teleports to the future.
Yes.
Yep.
Like just
He
like
totally Castle Grayskull
Yeah, like
teleports.
mid fighting, just like lightning, and I'm
Zap gone.
and I'm in modern day 1990
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
And so basically, like, okay, so 45 minutes of this movie have gone by the way. Like, the Time Barbarian stuff seemed like, what if Troma came in and renamed this like they did GI Executioner? It's like, this doesn't apply at all. What the fuck have they done?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it suddenly, like, we get a skyline of Los Angeles, and this is Los Angeles present day. And we see a news crew
Yep.
at some warehouse, and they're going to do a news story about some violence
A guy who was killed by a gang.
Yes.
Right behind where she's standing.
right there.
And of course, the reporter is the same actress that played his wife who was killed earlier.
Yes, but super like hair slicked back and
Yeah.
the biggest fucking glasses. I mean, just like
Oh, yeah.
face protecting glasses. So yeah, she's doing the story, and meanwhile, like peeking out from behind dumpsters and shit are just the worst gang members. Just giggly white dudes who are just
They're like Back to the Future 2 gang members.
yes,
But they're supposed to be in present day 1990.
right. But they are terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just like, okay, guy, really? You're the worst gang
Well, yeah,
member.
and talk about coked up. There
Yeah.
is one guy who is like overselling everything.
Yeah, Laughing Guy is... He's entertaining because he's so bad,
Yeah.
but
He's also exhausting.
Yes.
At the same time.
it's like, dude,
He's like a weird 90s wrestling character.
it kind of.
He's just like, we gotta go do a thing.
Yep. Yeah,
That's the dialogue, word for
and
word.
they're mad at her for giving them a bad name.
Yes.
because they're a gang.
We've seen you on the news talking shit about us. How
Yeah.
dare you? So, like, camera guy is recording all this, just not helping at all, just
No.
running away and recording
And I
everything
guess
that's
the
happening.
sound guy got killed.
Sound guy dies. That poor guy never gets another mention.
Nope.
Like, even 5 minutes after this unpleasantness happens, they don't even they don't even check on that guy.
Yeah, because they of course, they're gangs. They got her up against the wall, and they're like, "Well, here's a lesson you'll learn," and rip her
Right.
shirt open. And we're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, don't do this!" And then at this point is when our buddy the Barbarian has teleported into the future. And he enters on one of the best shots we've ever had a character enter the future on.
It is so good that the movie uses it like 7 more times.
Yep.
They find
every
a way.
time it fucking works.
Yes.
Well, when you fucking nail a shot like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he appears and there's the lights flashing and he's just standing there with his arms out flexing.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
in full on Mr. Universe, like
Yes.
like this pose. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
He's all Charles Atlasing
Yeah.
up there and all the gang members are like, "What the fuck is this?"
Take care of this idiot.
Yeah. And meanwhile, like the cameraman was filming her getting raped.
Yeah.
Let's keep this in mind.
Yeah.
And also filming, and then decides, "Oh, I've got to film this dude."
Yeah.
Like, what is this? And then so he just comes out and he's like, "Let her go."
They're like, "Oh, what do you nah.
Yeah,
Get out of here."
And he just,
jerk.
he kind of punches him around a bit.
He picks one guy up, and like I thought he was going to suplex him or something cool, but just picks him up by the crotch and just flings him against a wall.
Yeah, and so they break out their switchblades and their butterfly knives, and
Like, "Oi, come on," know. And he's like, "Well,"
he goes, "Your swords match your manhood."
yeah, pulls
then-
out his giant magic sword.
Yeah, his sword appears on his back,
Yeah.
yanks it out, and
And they're all like, "Ha,
like, "Oh shit!"
just kidding, guy."
Yeah, and the hyper gang member goes, "You suck," and then they run away.
Runs away like a giggly idiot.
I just love that. A guy just kicks your ass, and you go, "You suck,"
You suck.
and then run away.
We're bad guys.
Yeah,
Don't you get it?
We can't be any more bad.
We're a gang. You ruined it.
yeah. But there's also a shot in that scene where he chucks hyper guy into the dumpster.
Yeah.
and he does like his own flip over the edge.
Oh
of
yeah,
it,
he pushes
Like
himself into that dumpster.
considerably oversell the shot.
Yeah, yeah. It's suddenly all very wrestling-like.
Yeah. But then they've left, and he's just walking around looking at a chain link fence, like looking at it like, I don't understand this bizarre thing.
At first,
hell is
news
this?
lady and camera guy are just going to be like, "All right, well, thanks, guy. Later." And then like she turns around and is like, "He acts like he's never seen a fence before."
yeah.
Yeah,
And
she never says anything like, "Why didn't you help me?" to the camera guy.
well, yeah, and cameraman too. Like, he's totally, he's in love with her.
Yeah,
But he's totally like Reddit stalker guy,
yeah,
Where he's just like, we spend so much time together. Why you're supposed to like me now?
yeah.
And he spends the whole movie like, and as soon as he sees him, and she's like looking at him like, oh my goodness, he's like, he's dumb. You need to just get away from him.
He's probably crazy.
Yeah, he's a crazy person. He's bad for you.
Let's just go put
He'd
him on
probably
TV.
cheat on you.
Yeah,
Unlike me, who would never cheat on you ever.
he's a mean guy.
Yeah.
I'm nice.
Would he make a hair doll for you like I did?
I've been stroking this Polaroid of you for 3 years. Yeah.
But and the whole shot is just her like just staring like into the camera, but staring at Barbarian.
Who's just, man, he is mesmerized by that fence. He's just like, what is this? Just touching it, stroking it.
I wonder how much footage they had of him just because they kept cutting back to different cuts of him just
It must have been all
stroking
they
the fence,
had.
stroking the metal fence post.
Yeah. And then she's basically just like, look, take this footage back to the TV station, put it on the air. It's going to be great. I'm going to find out what the hell's going on here. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I don't know if I should leave you. All right, I'll go. But just, I'm voicing my objections.
Yeah.
Because I love you. But I can't tell you that.
Yeah. So the next shot is them just walking down the street next to each other.
Yeah. He's just like, I got to go. My people
Yeah.
need me.
Yes, I must find the amulet to save my people.
Yeah. And she's like, what?
And she's like, your people, where are they from? And he says, Candaria or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, this is L.A. And he's like, I've never heard of L.A.
What is L.A.?
Yeah.
She's like, what?
And I like that this is like the only fish out of water stuff in the entire thing.
Yeah, they blow it.
Is her explaining, like him going, no, I'm from this place. And she's like, okay, this is L.A.
Well, and the fact that he's wearing, no shirt and a loincloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they ruined that by him just like, first off, if someone said you're from LA and you have no point of context, you wouldn't think they're saying the letters L and A. Just be like, oh, it's a place called LA.
Yeah.
LA.
LA.
Yeah. But anyway, but yes, he's just of course, because
Yeah. Well,
We're-
she's like, are you from some Norse country hunting down a fugitive?
Right.
And she's just having the whole conversation by herself. She's like, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. You're from a Norse country and you're hunting down a fugitive. Okay, I know who you are.
This is like of all the things they've padded out in this movie, how easy would it have been to show us the scene, which would have been great, where like he's having this fish out of water moment, and then it's like they're walking into her apartment, and he's wearing like Guess jeans and a pink t-shirt and a
jacket with pushed up sleeves, and it's like it's a funny sight gag immediately, but it's like, you robbed us of the one thing that would have been so simple to do. All that medieval bullshit was time consuming. You just go into any boutique in LA and say you want to be in a movie, and they
Give
will
us
go,
a montage.
I don't think we pointed out the fact that he has bad guy's hand on his belt.
Oh yes.
Like
Yeah.
during the fight, I know the second fiddle lady to his drunken friend was managed to chop off his hand. Like so, like she's like dying when they find him.
Yeah,
and
she
she's
gave
not
it
quite
to
dead.
Beardy
She's like,
friend, and
she's the one who's like the cipher of like, oh, it was this guy. I'm dead.
Right.
And also I got this hand. So
yeah, so he's got the hand.
He's
like,
carrying the hand around.
That's
like,
going to help him.
Right. I guess he's got fingerprints wherever he goes. But not the right ones. But
No.
why I gotta find your fingerprints? Oh, they're here. But anyway, so like she's asked him about the hand, and that's gone away too. And so now he's in regular normal day street clothes, and apparently put all of his medievally shit into a bag, which he brings out later in the movie. But
Right. But he's just like, stroking her bookshelves and like wants to touch the stereo, and she's like, "Oh, stereo!" And click, turns music on, which is immediately just sexy sax bullshit, and she's just like, "You want to dance?" And it's like, you in movie time, you people met 45 seconds ago. He has explained to you that he's from some crazy village in some crazy fantasy land,
and that he has a dead wife.
Yeah, and
who
here's
happens
why
to be
he's here.
Like same actress.
And she's just like, you want to make out and dance with me? And
Well, they do, right?
yes,
Oh,
they dance. And it starts like the 5 times in a row where she's like, I'm going to make out with him. And then it's like, no, I can't. It's crazy. He's a weird homeless Norseman, and I don't know him. And they keep cutting all this with the cameraman who's back at the TV studio, trying to convince their, I guess, boss, whose name is Cox, to put this hot
Cogs.
story on the air.
Cogs as in like pieces of a machine.
Oh, whatever. I thought it was Cox. Like
sure.
Ronnie Cox. He's just like, we got to put the story on the air. And the first thing, the boss is just like, she set this up, didn't she? Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
No.
It is a little unbelievable.
A tad. But luckily, like, dude was recording the film and not the actual live event, so he's got all the cuts and all the different camera angles, so it looks really good.
He had Time Barbarians, the VHS.
Yes, he did. He had that. Just popped that in. It's like, check this out.
Betamax.
That was then.
Yeah. But so they keep showing the hero shot of him arriving.
And then they put the Action 5 news
The Action
logo.
5 news banner on it. And because her report was all like, we need a hero now more than ever to save us from these gangs. And, that's when he showed up. So that they keep editing together this story the whole time. And he keeps showing it to his boss. And his boss is like, it's good stuff. Let's run it.
No, he's really not. Like, that's the thing, is like, he runs this shitty news station that's probably like 6th in the city. And he's like, we have a guy materializing and beating up dudes. He's like,
He's never flat out against it, though.
No.
He's like, take a few seconds out of that and over there. And yeah, okay, maybe you got something out of it. And he's always incredulous that he's going to run it, but he's going to run it. He's like, I can't believe I'm doing this. People are going to laugh. But
I only have one reporter and one cameraman. So
my sound guy's dead. So whatever you want to make up and put in there, go
well,
ahead.
I think the sound guy for the movie was dead, too.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The mix is terrible, and there are points where you can't even understand the dialogue behind the ad-lib sound card soundtrack.
Yeah.
As bad as the soundtrack mix is, though, for some dumb, stupid reason, I appreciated that the stuff in the past was all on one channel, and the stuff in the future was all on another channel. Like, they swapped it.
Stuff in the past was all on left channel.
Yeah.
And stuff in the future was all on right channel.
Yes.
But it was really jarring when they would go, like, so... Like, incidental music and incidental background noise was on left and right channels. And sometimes they'd just switch everything to right channel.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would leave stuff, like leave all the incidentals on left and right, and then the dialogue was just on the right or on the left, depending on which era we were in. But
Yeah.
Except for the one scene with the sound guy where she's first speaking is perfectly mic'd.
Right.
I mean, for this movie.
Well, sound guy was in
there
it,
was a
right?
part where, like, there was a fight scene where all of a sudden you could hear the dialogue on both channels. You're like, oh, they punched the sound into the movie. This is great. And then it immediately stops. So it's a bad mix. But yeah, that explains why the sound guy died.
Yeah.
We're just like, get out of here.
No,
Yeah.
this really should have kept around for the whole movie, so he could just be running around the boom for an excuse for a mic to be somewhere near the scene.
Yeah. Would have been good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. While this is happening as well, you've finally got Mandrock showing up with his buddy in modern day, and all they're doing is robbing people, and then the money
they're rolling a businessman for $5 or whatever.
yeah, and they're just like going straight to the bar, and spending all their money on booze.
They've obviously been
And
there a
hookers.
while because, like, the bartender's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
You don't have any money. Get the hell out. And he's like, no, I got $5. And
Yeah.
like, all
It
right.
doesn't make sense because, I mean, in the timeline of the Barbarian time, it's been like 4 hours.
Yeah, I know. They just make it seem like they've been there forever.
I don't know. Maybe they did get teleported to a different time.
They maybe got there 2 weeks earlier.
Sure.
So, but yeah, they've obviously they're established enough to where they have a kind of residence. They live in some shitty warehouse. So,
and I appreciate that they have the conversation where they're just like, yeah, life still sucks, and that amulet doesn't do shit,
yeah,
and nobody wants this thing.
yeah, this piece
Not
of
in the
shit.
future.
Yeah, everything's we're in hell.
The pawn shop only wanted to give me $20 for it. It was bullshit.
This is cubic zirconium.
Yeah.
Why is there lightning coming out of it?
I told them it's the souls of defeated enemies, but they just wouldn't listen.
They're like, "Where's the battery?" Yeah.
But yeah,
You got a certificate of authenticity on this thing.
so we know that life sucks in the future for everyone, including Mandrock the bad guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, even the hooker is just like, no, you get away from me. And she gives him like the most sass I've seen in a long time from a character, where she's like,
I'm not going back to that shithole you have called a warehouse house.
Yeah.
Nah. Because, she's just walking by and he grabs her. He's like, woman, come with me and we will do the dance.
Yeah.
She's like, you listen here.
Yeah. You didn't pay last time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, they're there and they're shitty.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Duran is chilling on the couch, watching like nuclear test footage and MTV. And
Well, the movie
things.
cuts to nuclear test footage where it's like, wait, did the world just blow? What's happening?
Yeah.
And then it's like he's watching it, and then he cuts to something else which looks really good.
Well, I was going to say, it's even weirder because it's more jarring because the test footage is in black and white except for like the hottest impact points. It's almost like a weird early version of a thermal camera.
Yeah.
Because like everything's black and white, like almost like washed out white, and then the heat points are like bright red.
Yeah.
And it's like, the fuck movie did we suddenly switch to?
Right.
But yes, then he switches to some other movie with it's like, 80s music video entrance from some lady alien thing, and it's like,
That looks dope.
I want to watch that movie.
Right.
Whatever that is.
And he cuts away to that.
Yeah, I almost thought it was the wizard. And I thought he was like going to get a message from the wizard, like, jam on it, get my amulet.
That would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was expecting it to be, but no.
I didn't even think of that. Boy,
Yeah.
that would have been great because that lady was pretty cool.
Yeah, I wanted more of her.
Wizard lady.
But yeah,
Like,
so
stop fucking around and get my amulet.
so reporter
Son of a
girl
bitch.
had decided to take a shower and comes out wearing just a towel.
Yep. And she's like, we're
Well,
gonna bone.
at first I think they were going to bone, and then she was like, oh, I'm disgusting. I'm going to go take a shower.
Maybe.
Yeah.
She might
Either
have
way.
also thought, I don't know him.
Right.
Yeah,
I need to go take a 45-minute shower, so I've known him for an hour.
He's a homeless barbarian. I have to get away from him.
It's a fair point. I like that. Time in the shower counts as knowing somebody.
Yeah.
sure.
Totally.
Yeah, so they do the deed
Uh-huh.
For a while.
for a while.
He still doesn't recognize her, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
Her hair's down.
Glasses are off.
His wife.
He's boning her.
Yeah.
Just not clicking with him at all.
Yeah.
he's just like, well, all right.
This is a woman you came across time to avenge,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and he doesn't recognize her.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
Once,
He'd already forgotten.
She was-
Like,
she's
the grieving
dead.
process
Died.
was over.
Yeah, she's
like,
she's
I
dead.
don't
He's
even
just in
remember what
revenge
she
mode
looks
now.
like or
Time
sounds
travel.
like her.
His 12
scrambles
steps. His
your-
12 steps were just 12 steps away. I'm good now.
Acceptance
Yeah.
is right over here.
Yeah. I've got a fucking magic sword now. Whatever.
Yeah, pretty cool.
But I mean, they're doing their deed. Cameraman is like freaking out trying to reach her for some reason because he's like,
Oh, because he's
Because he knows.
well, he's
Yeah.
like cut together footage.
he could feel it.
he's got the sense. He knows that
she's
he has
getting-
been cuckolded.
Oh,
She's getting boned. And
Right.
he knows it.
but yeah, phone's off the hook, and then like I think don't the bad guys come into the news
The bad guys
stations?
are back in the bar.
Yeah,
and they
okay.
see the footage of.
Oh, right,
Because they finally run the story. And they're all watching. They're like, son of a bitch,
What's going on?
that's him.
Yeah.
What's he doing here? Get him.
Yeah.
get him and kill him.
Well, they're so pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's like, well, if he kills us, life doesn't suck anymore.
Yeah. It's like, I don't care. The last thing we do on this shitty hell that we're in is
Yeah,
we're going to fucking kill him.
Yep.
And they throw glass at the TV, and the bartender's like,
Yeah, they
hey.
get kicked out. So the next morning, they're buying guns from the hyper guy from the gang.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you guys, you want guns? I got plenty of guns.
Check these out.
I got rocket launchers.
They're
and
so
shit.
good.
Yeah.
Grenades? You want grenades? I got grenades.
Yeah. And the thing is, they only take like a shotgun and a little handgun from him. But
Yeah.
then, of course,
True.
they kill Hyper Guy.
Right. Because he's like, okay, that'll be this much money. And they're like, nah, you gave us loaded guns, asshole.
Yeah.
Plan.
Bad call.
Yeah. So that guy's dead.
So then they go to the news station.
Then they
Yes.
go to the news station.
Question the Cogs, the boss guy. Threaten to cut off his
Boss
finger.
Cogs.
Yes, Boss Cogs. They threaten to cut off his finger, threaten to kill his family, and I guess he gives up the location of Penny. Her name's Penny.
Penny.
Yes. Yeah. And then they kill him.
Literally only because of my joke.
Yes. Best joke.
In for a penny, in for a pound. Yeah.
That's what was going to happen to Penny.
Yep. So then they kill the director.
Yeah.
They kill that guy.
And Reddit guy finds him. He's like, I'm going to go save.
He goes over to the tape library, pulls out a cassette tape, and inside the case is a gun.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I've worked in news and I've never come across that, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
You were looking in the right tape cases.
I guess not, but so like
You were looking for guns in all the wrong cases.
man.
God damn it.
So he goes upstairs to check out his boss. His boss clearly has a gaping head wound where he's been shot, and he's like, "Cogs, are you all right?" And then
I guess
Cogs is
not.
like, "They're after Penny," and I'm like, "Wait, hold on," because I just laughed at this movie because he's asking him if he's okay, and then he kind of is for about 10 seconds before he dies. He has enough brain left in his head to say, "Yeah, they're after Penny."
Yeah, it's just like the other lady who got stabbed like hours earlier
Yeah.
and then finally died 20
was-
seconds after telling him where Mandrock went.
She was only alive to give that
Yeah.
information, and then she had no more purpose. So yeah,
Same with the station director.
yeah.
Yep.
It's like they're after Penny.
Yeah.
Go. And he's like, "No, that's my girlfriend. I gotta go." So
Yeah, and somehow Duran hears their car. like he's like, "Oh, that's them."
yeah,
Somehow he knows.
yeah.
And in the space of them parking their car downstairs and coming upstairs, he's gotten up and changed back into his barbarian uniform.
Yeah, he suited
Well,
up.
that's because he went and found the sack of stuff and dumped it onto her floor, which included the hand. So the hand just comes tumbling out,
Yeah.
and all of his Ultimate Warrior armbands and everything. And
Yeah, so he straps up,
yeah.
just barbarians up, and poses a bunch, and you're just like, Jesus, guy.
But then he doesn't actually leave, does he? Isn't he just like? Doesn't he just kind of get dejected and start sitting on her counter? Because
No. That's after he goes outside, and
Oh.
they're like, "Haha, we have found you." And that they get into a fight. Do they go up on the roof first? Is that where
They get in a fight in the apartment.
right. But they separate because they take her. They take
he
the girl
takes
and
her.
don't really mess with him and just like leave him.
I don't.
Did they taunt
Main
him?
bad
It was like
guy-
the same thing's
Main
going to
bad
happen to
guy
you all over
takes
again.
her and,
Yeah.
and basically tells the other guy, "All right, kill him."
Kill him. I'm leaving. They take
that's
off.
what it is, yeah.
And then so they have a big thing, protracted thing where they go up on the roof and muck about.
Yeah.
He finally ends up almost killing, bad guy's henchman guy. He takes him back into the apartment and just plants him on the couch. And then he's just sitting there pouting on the counter.
Yeah, when
and that's
cameraman
that's
walks
when
in.
cameraman walks in. He's just like, what, huh? It's like, I think this guy's dead.
Well, I think, and then again, like, kind of like, whatever, just psychic calling. He's like, I think I know where we can get information about this, and like somehow knows to go to that shady bar, right?
Camera guy goes through. He's like, that guy. He's not dead yet because he has information for us.
Okay.
So camera guy goes over, riffs through his pockets, finds the bar matchbook,
okay.
and they're like, let's go there.
Right.
And there's
Another thing that would never work
no
today.
No, but Barbarian's like, you're not going anywhere, and he's like, check this out, Zip. And which is what happens, but it's not what you think. He's just like, I got a gun, see? And he's like, you may battle with me. Let us go. So it's like, the guy's like, yeah, sweet. So yeah, they go to the bar. Bartender's like, that fucking guy, he better not come in here again. And I'll fucking kill you too. So get out.
Yeah. So then that's right. Then they talk to Sassy Hooker.
Yeah. And
and
she's like, he's got a filthy warehouse. That's probably
right.
where he is.
That's how. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had to make all that up because he couldn't hear any of it.
Sure.
The soundtrack has just gone crunchy guitar crazy at this point, and
Oh, yeah.
there can't hear any dialogue. But yeah, so they've gone back to bad guy's shitty warehouse, and he's tied her up
Yeah.
again.
does not go there.
No,
at least.
he just ties her up and just like, well, it. But at least he has started to be like, I think this all seems very familiar. Mm-hmm. I think I've tied you up before. This has happened.
Yeah, I love that the bad guy recognizes her more than the husband recognizes her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they show up and turn on the lights and like, aha!
Yeah.
We're here now.
And Reddit guy immediately tries to shoot Mandrock.
Yeah.
And then realizes, oh yeah, I forgot bullets.
Yes. And he's like, I knew I forgot something.
Yeah. Where Mandrock just starts unloading his gun at them.
By the way, back in the apartment, when Henchman Guy was going to kill Barbarian, he just pulls out his magic sword and deflects every single bullet that comes at him.
Yeah.
Well, you get magic sword.
Yes. Makes pretty good. I can't believe this shit is happening face.
He was told it would protect him.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it does.
Yep.
So, main bad guy has a machine gun, and he's shooting that at him, and he's just doing the sword thing again, just like, haha, I'm blocking all your bullets.
It's basically a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, bad guys just...
Yeah, and then they get in a fight. Well, and one thing we forgot to mention, when they first showed up in the apartment, is he punches Mandrock with his own hand.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, we skipped over that.
His own severed hand.
He
like
broke
not
out the
his
severed hand.
Yeah. Immediately
and
punched
him with it.
Yep.
Which I'm not sure if he does again at the end there.
No, he was just in the apartment. He was beating him with his own hand.
Yeah.
He's just like, you want this? You want
Totally,
this?
totally pulled a deadly prey on him.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. So, yeah, he proceeds to just kind of beat the crap out of him. The whole time, Mandrock going, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. But he does pull out a sword and fights with him for a little bit. But then, and then he just says something like, this isn't going to fix anything. He's like, oh, yeah, it actually is.
Yep.
He's like, amulet's worthless. It's pointless. And he's like, actually, you're wrong there, too.
Yeah. Because Wizard explained that the amulet doesn't do anything in the presence of evil.
Yeah.
So.
Nope.
Sweet.
So he kills the evil and gets the amulet back.
Yes.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
And then decides he has to go home to his own time.
Mm-hmm.
And she decides, well, I have to do a news story now.
Well, so like the last setting of this movie is the railroad tracks. And Barbarian just starts walking down the railroad tracks like the end of every Incredible Hulk episode until he just vaporizes out of existence back to, I guess, his own time. You never see him again.
Nope.
And yeah, she's just like, okay, camera guy, you getting this? Let's do this. Meanwhile, they still don't have a sound guy, but whatever.
Yeah. Don't need him.
Hasn't stopped the making of this movie. So.
No. And so she's just like, well, we had a hero, and he killed some people who attacked me, and then he's gone home. So, signing off for Action 5 News, I'm Lady. Bye.
Yeah, because he just Xanadu'd his way back to whatever land.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. He just had the amulet and was like, well, zap.
Says, yeah, we had a hero. And then he left.
Yep. Thanks.
Credits.
We let him leave.
Right. And then the movie literally ends.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight into credits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some really god-awful credits, by the way. The typeface is
there's a lot
lacking a certain something.
There's a lot of half-ass filmmaking going on. Not only that, but like the sound guy in that final scene, like they didn't even bother to ADR anything.
No.
Because there's one point where the soundtrack is the music is blaring so loud that Mandrock says something before shooting the gun, and it sounds like somebody recorded it over here on the other side of the room, and you might hear it maybe.
Yep.
But that's probably more legible, more understandable than what he's saying at that point.
Yeah, imagine what you were just doing away from the mic, but with ridiculously loud synth guitar played over it.
Yeah.
Drowning it out.
Yeah, and it's like you couldn't get him in there for 20 seconds to ADR that.
Yeah. They're very busy.
No.
Gotta move on. Next project.
Yeah. It probably does feel like they had like 6 days to film this. And
this feels like this should get whatever the opposite of a Stargrove, like the shittiest soundtrack award. Like just call it a Time Barbarian.
Kind of, but man, there was a couple parts where I was just like, this is gonna start to jam. I can feel it. Here it comes.
Well,
you're wrong.
It's those soundtracks that feel like they were straight out of like early Sierra games.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the bad guy walks in, it's like dun, dun, dun,
right.
And then the hero music. It's terrible.
And it's also for like the first 45 minutes. It is wall to wall. It does not stop ever.
Yeah.
And it's just like you were saying, improvised. It's just like just jam, lady. Like, lady who did the music, just go. Just whatever you want to do. Just make it up. Oh, here's a guy. Da da da. You know, it's never a theme. It doesn't apply to anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, no music awards whatsoever.
No.
But then we rate it.
Yeah.
We do, theoretically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Chuck.
Yeah.
Why don't you go first?
Okay, I will. Man, I don't know about this movie. It's really like two different movies because it's two halves of. The first half is nothing but the barbarian crap, which is really a 15-minute scene drawn out to 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then you get to the time travel-y stuff, which is what you want, and they skip through everything so quickly.
They skip everything that you want.
Yes, they're not doing all the things you want. They do some things that are kind of okay. That being said, this movie's goofy as shit. And aside from like the weird, like just stretching out nonsense for as long as possible and then not doing the things that are easy to do that would have taken up as much time, I think I'm going to give it 2 jocks because it was really dumb, but in a way that didn't make me angry. Like I enjoyed watching it. Mm-hmm. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what the fuck it thought it was doing at times, but some people in the film seem to have a good gung-ho spirit about them. They seemed very enthusiastic to be there. You know, and it had ta-das in it, and it had, you know, I mean, it just had, they were just like not giving a fuck. It was just like, let's just make a movie. We'll just put a bunch of stuff in it that movies have. Swords and guns and muscly dudes, and there's bare-breasted ladies and horses at certain times, and here's a wizard.
Sure.
So,
and there, but in your mind, a mere 3 jocks off of Deathstalker, but it has all those things as well.
Deathstalker had so much more.
It did.
Deathstalker just had.
By
yes,
apples to apples.
It is not Deathstalker,
right?
Which is good for the ladies in the film, by the way, because it's we'll save one, but it's not that universe. That's a good thing. So,
well, this had Death and a Stalker.
Yes, it did. Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Death and a Stalker.
I guess I'll go. Shit. I wish this movie could somehow be remade exactly as it is, but with more technical things behind it. Because I think there's a fun movie here, but the shitty sound, the shitty soundtrack, and like the meandering just really take away from it.
Yeah.
But I think like if somehow you could just travel back in time and like pull like, we're just making a documentary but shoot the movie for real with like while it's happening. Like so some long, shotgun mics that might actually pick up the dialogue and stuff and, just murder the soundtrack person before it even happens, That's how bad it is. I think the best I can do is like I'm in that weird everything about me that likes movies says this is a 1 bags movie because it's so poorly done. But like the content in the movie is like a 1 jocks movie at least, maybe more if it was made better. Mm-hmm. But like I think I'm gonna barely go with the recommend, and I'm gonna go to 1 jocks. But like I said, just know what you're getting in for because like it is shit-tastic, production and transfer and everything else. Yeah. Something about this movie is way fucked.
And, the weird thing is that I think there is a better version of this, because Beastmaster 2 is a time travel movie. The weird thing is it came out a year later. Mm-hmm. This movie seems like the kind of thing that would be riding the coattails of that, but it's not.
Which one?
Beastmaster 2.
Oh, where they travel through time?
It's totally a time travel. He just shows up in L.A.
See, I thought I could have sworn that one of the Deathstalker movies did that, but
it might.
No, I don't think they did. I looked
Time Stalker.
And but no, I'm thinking maybe I'm somehow mixing Beastmaster and this. I may have actually seen this shit back in the day.
Might have, yeah. So I think a version of what we want is out there somewhere.
Maybe.
So.
Well, I'm going to hurry up and ride on Harlow's coattails.
Okay.
Then. I will also give this 1 jocks because I can't really give it 1 bags because there's enough entertaining stuff, but I'd really like to give it 0. There's a good movie in here somewhere. Maybe not a good movie, but there's like a 3 or 4 jocks movie in here. We need, we need that shopping montage. We need fish out of water barbarian in New York or L.A. We need more out of our barbarian. We need a more charismatic barbarian, I think. But as it is, it just kind of falls bland. Like it's, we're going out not with a bang, but with a whimper here in 1990. It feels bad that that it's not like a,
That's because we've watched every 1990 movie, and this is all we're left with.
Those are left.
every one of them under 90 minutes.
Yeah. Feels like it.
So, yeah, I'd really like to be able to rate this one better, but until they do a better job of making this movie.
Come on, guys, get together again and do it again. Do
Honestly,
it all again.
There are so many, it's got to be so easy to find a charismatic jacked dude and, $15 million to make this a great movie.
I don't think you need that.
No, not anymore.
No, you could make it a great movie for $15 million.
Sure, but ain't nobody investing $15 million in shit anymore.
Well, no.
Yep.
It's like 12 Asylum films.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the. I guess you're right.
That's
it's either
30 Asylum.
It's either like $1 million or $450 billion.
There is no $15 million movie anymore. So, good job, guys.
We need a Canon Films again.
Yeah.
Only maybe a little bit less shitty.
So one thing we forgot to mention when we were talking about this is the bad guy recognized the girl as the same girl, and therefore completely eliminating that. Oh, did we mention it?
Yeah.
In our talk?
Several times.
Well, I'm just these are things that wouldn't cost any more when making your movie. Take out the aspect of the stupid shit like him chasing the back in time, the whatever their medievally land full of smoke machines should have been 10 minutes of the movie.
Yes.
It really should have been. It's just been hey, we're here. There's a bad guy. He killed his wife. Get to the future, because there should have been some kind of weird I don't know, Bram Stoker's Dracula legend thing with the girl of oh no, it's her sort of resurrected and they should be together. And
yeah, that seems like a logical part of I thought it was part of the story.
It seems like it should have been, especially when you have a dual role actress like this, But I don't know. There's
just dual threat.
There's just little things they could have done. It wouldn't have cost any more money.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail your rating.
No, it's fine. I'm going to agree with Chuck and go with 2 jocks. I want to go 3, but the ineptness tips over into the bad area, I think, is the problem. Because there's a whole lot of a weird charm to it, kind of Deathstalker had, in spite of all the bad things that happen to women in that movie. There's a weird charm to it because everyone's committed, and there's that same feeling here where there's everyone in this is just acting the hell out of what they know how to act, and so for me it works. And just some of this, that one guy just going, "You suck," when running away after getting attacked.
Yeah.
And just stuff that just kept happening that made me laugh is, I can go 2, I want to go 3, but yeah, so much of the, the bad sound and just the weird poor filmmaking choices kind of take it down. Because there is, there is something here.
Yeah.
That you almost wish they had, done 1 day more of shooting and ADRing and that stuff to make it work.
Yep.
But
I just realized they weren't cashing in on Beastmaster 2. You know what they were cashing in on?
What?
Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Same fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
Medievally go to the future.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
And that was 87.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little bit. Well,
I know there's a bunch of these. There's at least 5 of these where it's barbarian dude shows up in modern day. So, just the timeline of it all is wibbly wobbly.
Right. Well, are we done? Shall we take a break?
Yes.
yeah,
Take a break with 1990?
take a permanent break from 1990.
Okay.
Goodbye, 1990.
So, 1991 movie, Beastmaster 2, Through the Portal of Time.
It's too long.
Oh. Also has nothing about...
19
Actually, it has nothing to do with time travel, right?
Oh, it totally does.
No, that's right. It's...
Through the Portal of Time is the name of the movie.
But it's actually because they don't live on Earth. It's actually takes it to a whole different dimension.
No, it's Earth. It's oldie Earth, and then they show up in the later days.
No, they actually, I believe in the first one, it had a name, the name of the place.
They just called it that because they didn't know what to call it.
Oh my god!
Robert Zadar is in Beastmaster 2.
Yeah, he is. And so is Michael Berryman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's really like
It's all our favorites.
It's a fucking cavalcade of BMFcast people.
It kind of is. Maybe if we get started early one week.
How long is it?
Hour 47.
Oh, come on. That's nothing. Look how many people are in this. Come on.
I know. Wings Hauser's in it.
Yeah.
Wings Hauser.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Or is it, there was someone else. I forget.
Sarah Douglas from Superman 2.
There was someone else who was like, holy shit, he's in this?
The dad from
Oh, yeah.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince dad.
Beastmaster 2, based on a novel. Yes. No.
I thought that's what you said.
Oh, it's written by Jim Wynorski. Yeah.
Oh, you know it's going to be good then.
Yeah,
No,
he
it's
wrote
the sign of
Beastmaster
quality.
2, or Deathstalker 2. The goofy one.
Yeah.
This is goofy beast, or goofy Deathstalker guy. Smarmy Deathstalker. That son of a bitch. Oh, Frank Welker does a bunch of voices. Oh, he does the voices of the ferrets. That's fantastic.
Ferrets.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell me you've never seen the Beastmaster.
I've seen Beastmaster.
Okay.
I haven't seen them since like the 80s. Though.
Okay. All right.
So I could not tell you anything. I probably have not seen Beastmaster 2 through the portal of time. But I know I've seen the original Beastmaster
Oh,
because
sure.
like that was like back in the 80s, like when I'd go over to my friend's house who had HBO and be like, is this movie going to have titties in it?
The movie with titties.
Yeah. like that was the goal. Like
Yeah.
when you know you were like 10.
Yeah. They
It was
have
like,
cable.
Yeah, it's like, you have cable? Do you have HBO?
Because it was PG. It was on at 4 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Titties.
Oh, man. Tony Todd is in Beastmaster 3.
What?
Yeah. And Casper Van Dien. Holy shit.
What?
And David Warner.
What?
Wow. Beastmaster 3?
Wait, the Beastmaster is Casper Van Dien?
No. It's still Mark Singer, but Casper Van Dien is in it.
Beastmaster?
Casper Van Dien, Tony Todd, David Warner.
Wait, they got David Warner?
Yeah.
Like,
It's not a big get. No. That guy will work for anything. He was in Star Trek 5.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know, your favorite one.
It's pretty good. What helps Beastmaster 3 in being better than its awful predecessor is that it stays in its time zone.
Pacific Standard?
Yeah. They never cross the international date line.
Yeah. I hate that. They get to see their TV like an hour earlier.
Jerks.
Why do they get to watch it at 7? Not cool.
Jokes.
Yep.
We like to laugh.
We are laughing now.
Good jam.
One of my notes is, of course he kills Mandrock and gets the amulet.
Uh-huh. Of course he does.
Also, now it's a team up with him and Reddit guy. Exclamation point.
Now it's a team up.
A team up.
Why are we calling him Reddit guy?
Because he's whiny man, I deserve girlfriend because I like her.
And that's Reddit? I don't know. I
That
literally-
guy is on Reddit.
Well, I'm sure he's on Reddit, but is that...
That guy doesn't visit
I mean, is that
any
the
other
the
sites.
overall encompassing feel
Reddit guys,
from Reddit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm asking these things legitimately.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think all the MRA guys have kind of moved on from Reddit.
No, they well until
Or they have their own subreddit.
I don't.
Oh,
they have their
meals
own
ready
subreddit.
to eat.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The meals ready to eat crowd. They love demanding satisfaction.
Actually, Chuck,
Yes. Go on.
Reddit is the world's largest user-edited garbage pile.
Yeah, that's large garbage pile is correct.
I'm glad I never learned how Reddit works.
I don't ever want to know.
Because like sorting it makes no sense to me.
Nope. Can't follow a conversation on that site.
No.
For my life.
No. I go for wrestling stuff, like wrestling gifs.
Sure.
That's where I find those. It's
pretty good place.
Reddit.
Reddit. You got it. Reddit.
Does anybody got any movies they want to talk about?
I do.
Yeah, a couple.
Oh, we all do, huh?
No.
I've got movies.
What movies you got? Can I peek? Can I cheat? Oh, god damn it. I don't want you to talk about one of them, please. Please, I can't take that.
Chuck,
Deal
what
with
have
it.
you done?
I did what anyone else would do.
What have you done?
It's not true, because I wouldn't watch it, and I'm part of the anyone crowd.
Whatever.
I believe I'm one of the anyones.
I got 3. All mine are real quick. What's wrong with you?
Are you trying to nom him? Or?
Please don't nom me. Nom.
I got 3, and I'll be quick with them.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I don't remember what I watched.
We got some good voicemails and emails here too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
People like us?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did you guys have a good Christmas?
It was pretty good.
What'd you do?
Drinking and eating.
Yeah, I did that too.
Sweet.
Cool.
Drinking booze
Yeah.
and eating food.
I
Thank
kicked
you.
it with my in-laws for 4 days.
Woohoo! How was that?
I have a 7-year-old niece and
Sorry.
a 4 and a 2-year-old nephews.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, throw me
So-
out of a moving train before I deal with that.
Yeah, like I wish I had noise canceling headphones because like my
You
ears.
do. You got
by
a
the end-
left one and a
yeah.
right one.
Seriously, like by the end of the day, like by the end of an afternoon over there, like my ears just like hurt because it's all noise all the time, like
Yeah.
nonstop. It's amazing. Like I don't know how it. I don't.
How do you deal with it? I
That's like all respect to parents because I would lose my
no,
shit.
'cause that means they're
I'm like-
idiots.
no, but I mean like no.
Everyone who's ever been a parent is an idiot for enduring that.
I guess, but
My life
like,
is
I
not
just-
worth enduring that. 18 years of my fucking noise.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing too, man. If you have a kid, you've like committed yourself to like 18 years of annoying ass music. You're gonna hear 18 years worth of music that's just gonna annoy the piss out of you.
18 years plus some.
And then on the 18th birthday, you find out it ain't yours.
Yeah. I was
I
was thinking it. I wasn't saying it.
I did.
Yeah, I know. But yeah. So I did see a Christmas movie because of that.
Oh.
Die Hard?
No. That is a Christmas movie.
All right, let's
but I
just get
didn't
our
see
what the fuck we watched on Christmas during this part. Are we doing Christmas movies as part of this?
None of mine
it.
are
Mine
Christmas
is like 30 seconds on this movie.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Like
actually
a Christmas
watch
movie
any.
you've never seen before or something?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I-
Well, fine, I'll just talk about what I watched. I switched up a little bit this year. I don't normally... Home Alone is not normally in my rotation. I decided to watch it because
Yeah.
it was...
Yeah. Wet Bandits.
well, like the thing was, like I
Wet
started...
Bandits.
I started like hitting the button on the new Apple TV, and it was like
yeah,
I was
hit that
like
button, dog.
naming Christmas movies, and none of them were available on anything until I got to Home Alone. It was like, here, it's on HBO. I was like, motherfucker, fine, play. Like after I'd been through, like I was like, give me National Lampoons, give me this. I was like, all the ones I don't normally watch on a yearly basis. I was like, I want a legit. Needs to be a Christmas quote unquote Christmas movie, or people arguing that I don't know. Are people arguing anything about what is?
We
a
we
fucking
argued
Christmas
that
movie?
last
did.
week, I think.
Whatever.
We argued it for a long time.
Yeah, but I settled on that, and then I did a Shane Black double feature with Lethal Weapon and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
There you go.
How did you like Home Alone after how many years it's been since you watched it last?
I'd seen pieces, but that was the first time like straight through since probably 90.
Well, that's been a long
Something.
time.
Yeah.
Does it still? I don't know how you felt about it before. Does it
Well,
still hold up for you?
So I
in
think the
any-
movie's really good. I just think what they made Macaulay Culkin do is pretty annoying. Like there's like 6 times where he looks right in the camera and screams, and it's really fucking annoying. It's like not necessarily like one time. I mean, I guess it built a thing, an image of thing. I guess if you nail something in someone's head enough times, like, oh yeah, it's the screaming kid, but I don't know. It's just it would seem completely unnecessary. Like I get it.
Yeah.
You don't have to show 3 times of him putting the aftershave on his face and screaming.
Now he does it on the street for crack.
Right.
One thing that still kind of like bothers me and it's from like
the necrosis of the skull.
yeah. Did we talk about that last?
We didn't talk about it on. We talked about it at dinner.
At dinner, which is
where
even
it was,
better.
Yeah, medical experts explain all the injuries
was that
the wet bandits.
Was that while we were
sustained.
eating barbecue?
No, we were eating chili dogs.
Oh, that's
at
right,
Sonic.
yeah, that's right. We're
And
at
I
Sonic.
just like
he just
I
read
love
the
that
entire article.
I love that the description of putting the heater
Blowtorch.
thing. No, the heater thing on the door
on the door
handle.
handle.
Like he said, in order to get it red hot, it would have to be something like 800 degrees, and that Marv's hand would have burst into flame as soon as he touched it. And he said something like, "This crossed the line from self-defense to straight up malicious."
Yeah.
was the description of the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't read the article, there's a doctor who basically breaks down the injuries that Marv and
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, sustained. And there's one part where they talk about the blowtorch being applied to the skull and how for that long it would have actually caused the tissue to go necrotic, and if the boiling brain didn't kill him, the necrotic tissue would.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
He was in for a painful death
Oh yeah.
because of that.
Well, I like that the tone of the article was funny enough that it didn't feel like Neil Tyson, Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, it wasn't like no, actually.
Well, see, obviously the paint cans with the pendulum effect of the Earth's atmosphere.
I know he doesn't sound anything like
Yeah.
that, but I'm doing that voice anyway.
It's easy to read his stuff like that.
Right, I know it's
But
fun,
yeah.
it's more fun.
Yeah, the only thing that still, besides the malicious murder of two hapless burglars, the only thing that still bothers me about that, and I think it's just that, it's probably just tied to the fact that I got lost at an air show once and was paranoid about being lost forever. But like, even as hectic as some things like that have gone, I don't think you could. It always bothered me that parents would leave a child when they're taking a flight to wherever they were going. They were going to Paris, right?
Well, I never
For the
really
holidays?
quite understood how many kids just the immediate McAllisters had.
Yeah, because there were
'Cause
like
there's
8
3.
friends going to.
Well, there was like the cousins, because I think there was an aunt and uncle and maybe another aunt and uncle
Oh, there were 11
kids.
kids, I think.
But I'm just trying to figure out how many were in like McAllister Prime's family, because like there was
Oh.
obviously Buzz, his shitty brother. He had a sister who was like he's les incompetents or whatever, you know. And but like I can't figure out how many. I think he had do you have a younger brother or another brother real close to his age?
I think there were 4 McAllisters.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like you would think each individual parent would be like, "There's my 4 kids. Let's get on the plane now." You know, like
No, they just counted children.
well, and it wasn't even them. It was like
They let
stupid
the
neighbor
oldest
kid.
of the
The stupid neighbor kid wandered in and then wandered out. But yeah, that's the whole
But yeah, they just counted. That's all they did was they counted children.
I know,
They didn't
I'm
like
saying,
wake up
at the
and call
airport.
them.
You would think the parents would be directly responsible. Oh, there's my 4 kids. Get the fuck on the plane.
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever.
It's
a it's a conceit for a movie.
it
sure.
has to happen for the movie to happen, but it always
Also,
just
Totally forgot that was a John Williams score, and it does not feel like it at all. Like it's like John Williams with a synthesizer. It's weird.
I didn't know that was a John. That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Huh. I mean, it's good. I've always liked I like
fine. It's just-
everything
it's,
about
you know.
Home Alone, with the exception of that one, the catapult.
Right.
Wow.
Home Alone. And the others are Shane Black movies. So it's just been like just enough,
Race.
like a couple of years that I was like, all right, it's time to watch Kiss Kiss Bang. And that was the what started it. I just watched Home Alone, and I was like, what the hell else do I watch? And I'm like walking by the Blu-ray shelf, and I was like, for whatever reason, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was right in the eye level. I was like, oh, that. And I was like, oh, I should watch Lethal Weapon.
You should watch Lethal Weapon.
I did.
Good.
I did.
It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Second one's better.
Mr. Joshua.
Yeah.
I don't know about better. It's good. It's probably one of the better sequels. I don't know about better. Like all around.
First one's better.
Agree to disagree.
When in Rome.
So, are we...
Yeah, I've got 3 newish movies.
okay.
But you can feel free to do your Christmas
Mine are all
or
new,
whatever.
but they're summer movies.
all right.
Newish.
Well, I mean, they're all 2015
Feeling a bit
movies.
new.
I have a 2015 movie. I have a
Yeah.
1985 movie. And I have a 2004 movie.
Whoa.
Okay. All mine are 2015s because
All
I
right.
didn't watch
I'm
any
doing
Christmas
catching
movies
up.
this year.
yeah, I'm doing year-end catch-up, and
So I'm doing this weekend.
All right.
all right, let's do it. All right, welcome back.
Hey, BMFcast second half.
Second half time.
All right.
Number 2.
Where we talk about movies that didn't come out in 1990.
Yay.
Right.
So the entire rest of next year will be the second half.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
I like it.
Movies.
so-
We saw some.
Yeah.
First off, holidays happen for whatever
Yeah.
holiday you want.
Yeah.
Christmas
all
being the most
happened.
recent one. Because
We're
we can
now-
still say that word, Christmas.
Yeah.
We're now through all of the holidays. I hope that
Yep.
all of you had happy whatever.
Well, there's one more little one right after the show comes out.
Oh, New Year's Eve?
It's a part of the holidays that you wish people.
You get a day off.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Some
that's a
people
holiday to me. If you get a day off.
Yeah.
get a day off.
So, Mackie, you watched a holiday classic.
I
right?
did. For some reason, my nephew, who's 2 years old, the only movie that will keep him mesmerized for 2 hours is my
Big fat Greek
brother,
wedding?
my brother and sister-in-law's DVR'd copy of The Polar Express. So I saw The Polar Express 4 times.
Why did you sit down and watch it?
Oh, I was in and out of the room.
Oh, okay.
I had to watch him part of the time and just, But I've realized Robert Zemeckis and George Lucas are very similar in that they find new technology that they think is just fucking awesome and fall in love with it and make crap movies with it. Because Polar Express is pretty much crap.
I've never seen it. Okay.
Never seen it either.
It's creepy in weird ways, but like that
It's
whole...
got some uncanny valley going
Well,
on.
the whole motion capture thing just doesn't work at all, and it's just it's a bad movie. And and I'm watching this going, this guy made fucking Back to the Future, which is a almost perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck, And why was he stuck in that whole realm for so long? Of, well, let's just do motion capture bullshit. It's terrible.
How many were there? 3?
Back to the Futures? Yes.
None of his motion capture things.
He did Beowulf.
And what did he do?
did that.
Christmas Carol, the Jim Carrey one? Was that him too?
No, wait. I don't know. I also saw commercials for the Ron Howard Grinch That Stole Christmas movie.
Yeah, that.
Is that the worst movie of all time?
No.
I've never seen it, but holy fuck, does it look like the worst goddamn movie of all time?
No.
It looks...
Well, even along the same lines, the
Like,
Mike Myers Cat in the Hat one is worse.
He did do A Christmas Carol, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Mike Myers Cat in the Hat one is worse than
really.
Grinch.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's way creepier than the Grinch. Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, either way.
I've seen worse Jim Carrey movies than The Grinch. Yeah.
That movie just looked calibrated to make me want to smash furniture
It's
while
not for
watching
you.
it. Yeah.
It's not for you.
If
Yeah,
that's your
but I
initial
just know
reaction,
because-
just
I
don't
just
watch
know
it.
because they had. Well, I've never planned to,
Okay.
but I just know because they had plenty of commercials for that on the DVR copy before you'd hit fast forward.
Cool.
Yep. So yeah, don't watch Polar Express. It's bad.
Fair enough.
Good review. Don't watch Polar Express.
Bad.
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 What else we got? Newer movies? You said you have...
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, hit us with something.
Oh, you want new or you want old?
Whatever. Stick with old. We'll go. How about
Stick with old?
we'll just jump to 2015 and
Okay.
All 2015 it up.
yeah.
My wife's company, all of their servers are named after characters from Fletch.
Okay.
That's
so
neat.
she's like, I want to watch Fletch. I'm like, all right, it's on Netflix. Let's watch Fletch.
There you go.
So we watched Fletch.
Yep.
Parts of that don't hold up, but it made me realize that noir comedies are like, I'll always make time for those. Like a plot where, there's a guy trying to figure out what's going on and there's criminal shit going on, but he's still cracking wise. And that stuff works.
Yeah.
A lot of the references in that movie are pretty dated and like don't work nearly as well. But it's still that movie's fun to see him just like kind of riff increasingly stupidly.
Well, it's
And
the
then,
only
and
movie
then, and
where
then it levels off and like becomes a normal movie again near
Yeah.
the end.
it's the only movie where he's not a bumbling idiot. He actually,
Yeah.
the character has
He's
some
very
intelligence.
competent.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's more competent than everyone, and that's why he's so frustrated because he can't figure out what's going on
Yep.
around him. He knows something's going on, and he knows he's being set up, but he wants to know why exactly. So it's still fun, but it's not great.
It has some strong bits in it.
Yeah.
Like some clearly improvised bits that are like, okay, that's a good line, that's a good retort. Soundtrack in that movie is amazing.
Don't watch the sequel.
I like the sequel. I think the sequel is great.
Is the sequel based on a book, or was the sequel just
No,
like
it's
made?
just they made it
So they
a
had
franchise.
11 books, and they couldn't bother to use any of them for a sequel.
Yeah,
Fucking A.
I know. Kind of dumb. You know, the thing in Fletch that always like breaks that, like I have to hide a pillow over my face. It's so bad and embarrassing is the talking dog thing. Like when he says, "Look, defenseless babies," and the dog goes, "What?" and then jumps off the car. I'm like, "Fuck, that is the worst thing in a movie of all time."
Honestly, I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he says, "Look, defenseless babies."
Okay. And then
the
he
dog
hurts that dog. Like,
Yeah.
that dog hurt itself jumping off of that car, too.
Yep. But yeah, the dog goes, "What?" It's like, fuck, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember for the longest time as a kid, I didn't understand the end of that movie. Like, whatever the plot that revealed it, I couldn't, as a kid, figure it out. Like, I just, who double-crossed who and
Yeah,
why.
they're
and,
never quite clear why those two are working together.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, clearly one doesn't need the money at all. But it is interesting to see the police abusing their power in the exact same way they still are abusing their power.
Yep.
And that movie's 30 years old.
Yes.
But anyway, it's okay. It's not one of those that I'm like, man, you gotta check out Fletch.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, it's definitely of a place and time that a lot of people have nostalgia for, which I barely remembered anything from it because it's probably been since the mid 80s since I saw it. So it was almost like a fresh viewing to me. I mean, I knew where it was going at the end because I remembered that, but everything in between, like his whole investigation is. And I love how they think a newspaper works as well. Where like you can just be like undercover for a story for like a month and
It's
they'll
like-
just keep paying you.
Yeah, it's like every cop movie, though. You rarely check in. You just go do whatever it is you do, and then
Yeah.
once you're done, you just report back to the chief and say, "Here, I did it."
And then they just decide, all right, we're running your story.
Yeah.
And it's tomorrow, so write it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the whole movie, they've been like, "You're fired, Fletch. Get out of here. You're the worst." Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Fletch.
It's all right.
More importantly, though, what did your wife think?
She liked it. She fell asleep,
Okay.
and I had to rewind. So that probably tells you something there, but
She could have just been tuckered out.
yeah, she was. But,
Okay, good.
but no, she did like it, and she's happy that now she knows like who Arnold T. Pants is.
So she understands the
And
references
Gummy.
on her servers.
Yes, exactly. And the Underhills, why they always send the bills there, and
God, I made an Underhill joke like yesterday. Like yesterday, I said to someone, "Put it on the Underhills tab," and they just looked at me like, "What?" And I was like, "Never mind."
Yep. So, it's time for newer movies?
yeah,
2015 movies? So,
Sure.
you may have been tuning into the second half expecting it's time to be Golden Jocks, but we decided to take the final holiday weekend to cram a few more movies down our gullets before we make our final decisions on
We've
the
done
year.
that a couple years now, I think.
Have we?
Yeah.
Wait till the
I think we
very
always do it the first week in January.
Okay, well, I just thought because this is like probably literally going to come out on the 31st.
Yeah.
You know, but might be a good time. But hey, I've been cramming. I'm probably going to watch a few more. But
Same
let's talk about some of those.
Okay.
I saw the movie Creed.
Hey, Creed.
Yeah, Rocky 7.
Did you go into it with arms wide open?
No, I did not.
leave,
I did not.
leave,
I refuse.
leave the room.
No,
Chuck, you killed Chuck.
that's my job.
You're guilty
My
of
job.
murder. Get out of here.
Chuck murderer. Chuck murderer.
Yeah. You know what? The movie Creed is a lot better than the band Creed.
Well, that's no small task.
I'm just going to throw that out there as the initial.
Setting that bar high.
The initial bar has been set that it's better than the band.
All right.
So I'm a fan of the Rocky movies, with the exception of like 5
Okay.
and. I mean, 5 is the worst, just like Star Trek 5, and then like Rocky 6 is like
Whoa.
it's okay, but it's kind of forgettable. Like it's been enough time, I honestly don't remember what the hell happens. Just hey, I'm too old and I probably shouldn't be fighting. But 1 through 4, just fucking great, love them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Creed is like a return to like that era feeling Rocky movies in a lot of ways.
Where he's the underdog again.
Well, Rocky's like just retired. He's just a guy.
Well, yeah,
And,
no, but I mean-
yes. So Adonis Creed is Apollo Creed's kind of illegitimate child. And
Spoiler alert.
well, it's in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I wanted to go in clean. I did not know.
Yeah. So it's just about like him trying to get in, and he's educated and got a good job in an office, but he's got this like it's in his blood that he has to fight like his dad, and so he just kind of like throws it all away and is like, I'm going to go be a fighter, and finds Rocky to train him. So like there's kind of a meandering second act. It gets a little weird and a little boring, and like just kind of goes a couple places I didn't really care about. And if you saw the second trailer, there's a major event that happens that, it's another big giant thing that somebody has to defeat with their fists, like communism.
It's in all the commercials
Right.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should I just say it?
You can. I mean, it's some people may
All
not
right.
know.
Well, Apollo Creed's kid has to defeat cancer with his fist, just like like Rocky had to defeat communism.
Yeah.
So much in the overall mythos, like he's not directly fighting it, but he might as well be. By the way, he's gonna bring Rocky back. Bring his spirits back.
Yeah.
So there's a point where it's like they kind of like challenge each other to train / live, and like from that moment on, that movie just becomes so good. Like the moment that it's just like, all right, we're done with meandering here. It's like, here's training montages, into final fight, with swelling music and everything, and it's so good from that point on that like it just completely erases the kind of second act. So I ended up really, really, really liking it. I don't know. I'd probably have to rank it with like Rocky 1 and 2, because like while I love 3 and 4, they're fucking ludicrous. Like they're good in like the completely stupid way, and this is still like a real film. This feels like the original Rocky Heart, where it was like real and not blown out characters like Thunder Lips and Clever Lang and Drago and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I really liked it, but and it takes it back more into the realistic roots of the Rocky universe.
I don't know. Rocky Balboa was kind of realistic.
It
He
was
just
too,
old
yeah.
dude, and it was like, I'm gonna fight, and then he fought, and it was like, all right, see ya.
But yeah, I mean, this is primed for another series with Michael B. Jordan taking over, and
Creed 2.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Like I said, I put it out on Twitter the other day. It does make me a little sad that we're never going to get the movie Lang with Mr. T's 20-something angry modern version of himself fighting, but maybe he can show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to fight Lang's kid at some point.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
Paper champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
Anyway,
Drago's kid.
yeah. Nah, we're friends with
There's
Russia
like
now.
Yeah, but he's going to be like some Serbian separatist bullshitter,
Oh, okay.
just fucking terrible person.
Right.
It'll be like the Koopa kids. You go through all the Koopa Juniors.
Yes. That's in June.
But yeah,
Koopa Junior June.
Oh man.
The rails, we have left them momentarily.
Yeah.
But yes, watch Creed as
Okay, good.
soon as you can if you like the Rocky movies.
Yeah. Cool.
Want me to keep going?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. All right. So the next one will be very quick because I must be one of the only people on the face of this earth that did not enjoy this movie. So I'm just going to blurt it out there, and you can tell me how wrong I am. I watched the movie Sicario. I did not really enjoy Sicario at all.
Mm-hmm.
I had this feeling going in. Like, I'll say part of it is it's not a movie for me, because like going in, I was like, oh fuck, here comes our like Oscar bait movie like Traffic, where Traffic's fine, but like it's not one I would want to rewatch ever, probably. I just
It's big ideas and people acting.
yeah. I mean, so there are things in Sicario that are kind of cool. There are moments where it's like, what the hell was that military movie a couple years ago that was like, was it like Rules of Engagement or something like shit? It was like the SEAL Team fucking movie, like where
where it
Was
was
Zero
a
Dark 30?
no, like
but it was like a promo for
Act of Valor.
That's it,
That
yeah.
one where it was just like fucking like recruiting video, the movie.
Yeah.
And so there are moments of this where it's like there's just things where it's like, okay, when they're going to like this like realistic combat situations, and they obviously had advisors out the ass to like that these people are like doing proper motions and everything, and like you kind of get pumped in those scenes, but like this falls more in line with like, in my opinion, of something like American Sniper, where at the end it's just like, this feels just super xenophobic. Like, I know there's bad shit that happens, drug trade and in Mexico and, our closest neighbor and everything, but this just feels like leave America and you're going to get mutilated, kind of movie. and I'm just like I'm tired of those. Like, I understand there are like bad things out there, but like I don't like these movies that are just like, nah, man, it's all fine here until they start creeping in, and like that feels like the whole vibe of this movie. Like, nah, man, we just had the sleepy town, and like, but then the cartel came in, and now we got to take the fight to them, and that kind of shit. And it's like, I don't know. I didn't hate it. It's just like when it was over, I was like, okay, that was a little long. Like,
Yeah.
Would you say it was fine?
yes, it was Chuck Fine.
Okay.
It was Chuck Fine TM.
Yeah, that was on my list, and I haven't made it to it yet. So
Yeah, I don't know.
On mine. I couldn't give two fucks about that movie.
I like I said, I don't know. There are things in it that are good. Like Benicio del Toro is fucking like on, like acting wise in this one. It's just, I don't know what the point of the movie was. Like when it's all said and done, like I don't like movies that give me that ambiguous feeling at the end. It's not as bad as like The Counselor, like where you're just like, fuck everything after seeing this movie. Like, fuck life, and I don't even want to take another breath.
Aw.
But like it's not that bad, but it's I don't know. It's not pleasant either. Like the things that you're watching being depicted.
Yeah.
So break it up. Let's talk about something else here.
Yeah?
What else? Who else got something?
I got some 2015 movies.
All right.
yeah.
Real quick, I rewatched Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation.
Okay.
I thought it would be interesting to see it after having seen Spectre,
Okay.
because the Mission Impossible movies are kind of the Bond movie that you want, and that the Bond movies aren't interested in doing anymore. In which it's just crazy action and crazy gadgets and crazy tech and crazy everything. I actually liked it a little better this time around. That movie is incredibly clever without telling you it's clever. Like, it's doing a whole bunch of clever things, but not cramming it in your face. It's just doing whatever applies to its universe and going and not stopping to explain it to you. I appreciate that. And I think when we talked about this movie the last time when Harlow and I went to see it in the theater, I think I wasn't high on the end. I think at some point I was saying like that guy didn't get what he deserved. Fuck that opinion. That ending is fantastic. What they do to that guy at the end of that movie. Like, I don't know what clicked in my brain this time, but man, the way they resolve the conflict in that, I'm just like, fuck yes, that's great. So I highly recommend that movie.
Right.
Then I had to know if Ridiculous 6 was going to be the worst Adam Sandler movie of the year. It is, because I saw Pixels. It's slightly better than that because it has stuff happening in it.
Okay.
The biggest crime in that movie is how lazy it is. That it has such a high concept, and because of the cast not giving a shit about anything they're doing, kills that movie. The premise of it is fantastic. Like, I think with another cast, that movie could have worked.
Have you seen the short?
No.
Okay.
No. And I'd forgotten there was a short until the movie titles said based on a short by. And I was like, oh yeah, this is a thing. I forgot all about it.
I would recommend just watching that instead.
Well, I can't.
The short.
I can't just watch it
Can't take it
instead.
back.
Yeah, I
Oh.
saw it. It's it'll leave my brain here pretty quickly because it's not memorable at all.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, conceptually, it's good. Like, the effects are good. Like, the things that are happening are good. It's just the cast. It's just like, I hate all of you. I can't stand any single person in this. Some people make it actively worse just by being in it, and that's...
So even like Peter Dinklage, nothing.
He's the only one who's like, okay, that he's having fun, and I'm having fun watching him. Like, Adam Sandler's bored out of his mind. Like, I don't even know why he's making movies at this point. He is disinterested in everything I see now.
I'm disinterested in everything he makes, so it works out.
I know.
Is it just he has this machine and figures he has to keep giving his friends jobs?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it seems. You know, like, every time I fucking see Dan Patrick show up in a Adam Sandler movie, I'm just like, fucking hell, just enough with the Dan Patrick, okay?
That ESPN guy?
Yes.
Okay.
They're buddies. So Dan
All right.
Patrick has to have a cameo in every Adam Sandler movie, and it's just like, okay, just get to it. Okay, there it is. Now we can move on.
Well then.
Yeah.
It's like a shittier Stan Lee.
Speaking of Stan Lee,
Oh.
I then watched Ant-Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's pretty good.
I like it.
It is an enjoyable motion picture. There's some really clever stuff in that, like conceptually clever. Like we were saying, you can tell like this was a segment that Edgar Wright wrote and it stayed in. You know,
Yeah, like the stuff with the iPhone near the end.
Yeah. Oh man,
That had
that
to
was
have been-
like I would have stood up and applauded in the theater when that happened. I was just like, "Fuck yes, that's great, thank you." Him falling into the nightclub when he first trying out the suit at the beginning. I was like, "Okay, yes, this." I mean, there are just flashes of brilliance in that are better than a lot of movies, a lot of attempts at something like this would have been. Whenever someone makes we're small now, or like one of those gimmicky bullshit things, it's like, this
Honey, we shrunk our superhero.
yeah, it's just like, now a cat is going to chase him around. You're just worried it's just going to be a bunch of bullshit. And this movie just zips right through. I mean, it's focused and gets you right to where you're going. And the fact that they put this is such a weird meta in joke that they put into this movie, to where when he first falls out of the building and goes back to normal size and lands on a car that's being driven by Garrett Morris, who in a Saturday Night Live skit played Ant-Man, is just like the fact that clicked in someone's brain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, there was like a party for superheroes and he comes in as Ant-Man and they all laugh at him because who gave a shit about Ant-Man?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
No
just
idea.
so meta and just
I totally recognized it, but I was like, what the fuck's Gary Morris doing here?
The fact that was the tie-in that they did is just, I mean, it's, I know Adam McKay sort of came in and rewrote the script a little bit. He was head writer on Saturday Night Live for a while, so he probably had that knowledge in his head.
Yeah.
Good on you. I mean, that's a nice little thing that 6 people on the planet are going to recognize, but it's Ant-Man's got a lot of stuff in there like that.
Did he do a part for the hearing impaired?
No, he didn't say anything, actually.
Yeah.
Ant-Man!
Yeah. I don't know. And creepy young Michael Douglas CGI is weird. That creeped me the fuck out.
I didn't have any problem with it.
It looked better than young Jeff Bridges in Tron, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looked a lot better than that. But still, I'm looking at it like, what's happening here? What have they done? What is this sorcery? So that kind of bothered me. But no, I mean it's a good time. Ant-Man's a good time. It could have been super silly,
Yeah.
like just dumb, and it's not. It works.
No, it's Marvel knows what they're doing at this point. But I wish they took more chances with it and had more stuff like some of the music cues that show up early in that movie.
Yeah.
I wish that had kind of carried through to later stuff in the movie, because it kind of loses that tone.
It
as
does
goes
become very okay.
Now
It
you're in a
settles
Marvel
into a
movie.
Marvel movie routine. You're just like, all right, but yeah,
Well, I had one more 2015 movie.
I do too.
Okay.
go for it.
I finally saw Ex Machina.
Okay.
There you go.
Watch Ex Machina. That movie's really, really it's shocking how good that movie is for a guy who had never been a director before. I mean, he'd written, obviously, he'd worked on movies in the past,
Right.
but yeah, I don't want to say anything more about it aside from go see that movie. Like find copy and watch that movie, because it's one of those I've talked about where you have movies where people are everyone in the film is firing on all cylinders. That's what it feels like. And it's one of those movies that also feels like the way shots are framed, the way things are set up, the way characters are acting are incredibly deliberate. It's almost like a Kubrick type thing for parts of it. And other parts, it's got some really funny stuff with Oscar Isaac in it. Like some of his his description of what Ghostbusters is one of the best things I've heard. And just because he throws it off to the side, but it's just really solid on every possible level, and some of the effects in it are really crazy. I'm not sure how they filmed some of that stuff. It's CG. CG is always the answer, but it's how do you get that, and how do you get that right for so much of it? But yeah, watch that movie.
On it.
That's all I'm gonna say. And it has 2 people from The Force Awakens in it, so
It does.
Yep.
Was BB-8 in it?
Nope.
No.
There are robots.
Not watching
But yeah, it has Hux and Poe. Your favorite
I had
Star Wars
Hux and
Force
Poe once, let me
Awakens
tell you.
character.
Yeah.
A little
That's
scary.
I ship them.
Yeah.
You ship Hux and Poe?
Yeah, Huxpo.
Yeah. Mark Twain is so good.
You go to the Huxpo 2016.
Well, it's interesting too because they are like completely different characters than they are in Star Wars.
Huh.
Like well, I mean, like just like especially the guy who plays Caleb, who's Hux, you know, Ginger Ricky Hitler in Star Wars. Like almost it's kind of unbelievable that that's the same actor. So
Ginger Ricky Hitler.
it's really CX Machina. It's really good.
I have another movie that I think you should see. I watched The Martian.
I would like to see The Martian.
More space stuff.
Yeah. So, since I'm going to pretend that I internet hate it for a minute, I would talk about the things I would have changed. Like, the things that were most fascinating about The Martian to me were the parts where it was just Matt Damon on Mars, like by himself. I mean, like
Matt Damon versus Mars.
Yeah, I mean, just like sciencing some shit, and like it's funny because like it's basically like they meshed two Tom Hanks movies into one movie with this. It's Castaway and Apollo 13, and so I wish it'd been a little bit more Castaway and a little less Apollo 13. I like the Apollo 13 bits on it. I like going down and seeing the scientists help science some shit, but like the movie is so much more fascinating when it's just him alone, and like they could have explored the aloneness a little bit more. I think. I mean, it's well fleshed out, and I really enjoyed this movie. I'm just saying, like, I think
I want it to be a bit more moon-ish.
Yeah, I think it should have been a little bit more alone time, and only kind of brought them in towards the very end, where it was like getting very, very desperate. You know, like that's when you know, whatever, you know, work and go back down and see the NASA folks doing things to rescue them.
Yeah.
But I still really, really love the movie, and I would highly recommend it.
It's also on my list.
I'll keep it that.
The only reason I didn't watch it the other night is it's like 2.5 hours. So
it's a little long.
yeah.
And
it would have been way too late to start it.
we were going to watch it over Christmas, but it's that bullshit of you can only buy it
Oh.
digitally right now on most places, I guess. So,
Yeah.
like, hey, because iTunes is all about it. It's like, hey, The Martian's here.
Get it before Redbox and Netflix.
I'm like, okay, I don't want to own a movie sight unseen digitally. That's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I'm paying $15 for something that I don't know if it's any good. Idiots.
Well, I would confirm that it's good, but you'd have to take my word for it.
Never.
All right.
All right then.
It's better than Pixels.
I have no doubt. I have zero doubt.
I'm setting the bar super low for everything. Creed the movie is better than Creed the band. The Martian is better than Pixels.
Bold statements, both.
And Sicario is better than actual waterboarding.
Man, all these box quotes. So good.
How do you know if you've never actually been waterboarded?
I can't speak to that time.
Yeah.
Still can't take a shower.
Oh, that's what that is.
That explains a lot, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. You can take a bath just fine.
Oh,
That's why you're all pruny all the time.
pruny.
So, is it contact information time, or do we have some correspondence?
Did people talk
Oh,
to
we
us?
got some correspondence.
Oh, sorry. Correspondence time.
Sorry.
We got a couple emails,
Sorry.
got a couple voicemails.
Okay.
Hot
Sixorio.
damn.
Yeah.
A lot better than a cold damn. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
He's right.
First one up's from Pierre.
Hi, Pierre.
Who titled his email, What I Did Over My Christmas Vacation.
Bonjour, Pierre.
He said, Hey gang, Happy New Year, depending on whether the next show is either early or late or whatever.
soon.
Over a much needed holiday break, somehow I ended up watching the Death Wish series. There are 5 of these, apparently. Here's a recap. Death Wish. A good movie for its time. A new and novel, gritty look at vigilantism. Death Wish 2. For a sequel, acceptable. Had a good plot twist, not a great movie, but a solid effort. Death Wish 3. Charles Bronson, who was pushing 65 years at the time, takes an actual World War II machine gun and mows down about half the population of a major city. Seriously, he kills more people in a 20-minute sequence than Rambo did across all of those movies. He also turns his neighborhood into some sort of Home Alone meets Saw-inspired trap for hooligans. If this wasn't enough, he eventually decides to use an anti-tank rocket launcher, indoors. Death Wish 4. Somehow Bronson, now closer to 70, takes on drug dealers and hilarity ensues. Death Wish 5. Bronson, now pushing almost 75, I had to Google it, gets even more creative, not just gunning down criminals, but also using wood chippers and pools of acid. All in all, time well spent on a series of films that started off legitimate and then slowly descended into madness. The first 2 are good movies. The last 3 are good BMFcast movies. How was your guys' break? All the best in the coming year, Pierre. Break was good.
Those were all canon films. Like the later ones, like 3 through 35 are all canon films.
Yeah. And
They were just like, we got Charles Bronson.
Yeah, it was when
Shoot
they
people.
hired every action star and just made every movie with whoever they had. 3 is getting watched.
Okay.
I've been saying that for 2 years, but in 2016, 3 is getting watched.
The year of Death Wish 3.
In 2016, Death Wish 3.
I thought you
will
meant
be watched.
2017 because we have to do 1991.
Oh, right. You're right. I'm
next
sorry.
year.
Oh, Death Wish 3 is not a
I'm-
1991 movie?
No.
Oh, why are you a liar, Chuck?
I'm a horrible
Jeez.
person. Yeah, no, Death Wish 3 is getting watched whenever we're done with all of our
Right.
theme bullshit.
Okay.
What year did Death Wish 3 come out?
3 was, I want to say 86.
Oh, so we can't watch it. We have to go back in time
Yeah. Yeah.
to 2006.
Well, we could do the 30th anniversary of...
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, 3 is the only one that really, I would say, qualifies for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
1 is
Yeah.
legit good. 2 is extremely rapey. Like, never, ever are we ever watching Death Wish 2.
All right.
3 is exactly how he described it.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
I like a high body count. Mm-hmm. You want to play some of them voicemails?
Sure. Which one's first? It's Pittsburgh one?
Yeah, 412.
Okay.
Hey guys, this is Stuart from Pittsburgh. Just got done listening to the Star Wars talk. Loved it. Great points. Saw it twice. Seeing it again in IMAX tonight. So I contribute one little thing. You were talking about the hollow chessboard. Wasn't sure if anybody noticed, but there's 2 pieces that beat each other up. Those were the 2 pieces that fought in episode 4, where the big one picked up the little guy and threw him down. But in this one, the little guy smashed the same guy in the face with a cudgel. Kind of little revenge thing there. I just thought that was a neat little touch. I know I was digging deep, but yeah, it's, if you guys didn't catch that, I thought you'd enjoy that. That's about it. Last time I called, I reminded you Steve James was dead. Sorry about that. You guys take it easy.
God, you son of a bitch.
And then you reminded us again.
Thanks, man. What a down note to end the year on.
I've come to terms with it. I don't like it,
No.
but I've come to terms with it.
Yeah.
Acceptance. I've passed that step.
Yeah. I remember the chess thing. I didn't remember that little detail. I was like, oh, that little thing got its revenge. But I was like, okay, those are probably the same stupid things fighting each other still. So, cool.
Yeah.
I like that little booth he's got in the Millennium Falcon. It's a little chessboard, like,
Oh, yeah, man.
nook. That's right
Long
there.
space flight. You
Yeah.
gotta have something to do.
Chill out.
Yeah, let the Wookiee win. I need to go see it again, but it's like still sold out. A lot of showings.
Really?
Yeah, like Christmas Day, we were like the family was like, we're going to do Star
Christmas
Wars,
Day.
and it was like, no, we're not, because it's sold out.
For
all
some
day.
reason, people, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't
What?
get going out to see movies on Christmas Day.
because
After you open presents,
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say,
10 o'clock. What else is there
it
to
was
do,
like
man?
it
Play
was-
with your presents all day.
Yeah,
it
you
was
gotta-
11 o'clock. Like we'd all talked enough, and it was like, yeah, let's go see a movie.
Yeah. The kids don't get a say in it. It's the adults who are like, come on.
Oh, there were no kids involved.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, why people go to the movies on Christmas Day. The adults are like, we got to get the hell out of this house. It's kids.
Yeah, kids. You want to play that other
Sure,
voicemail there?
love to.
830.
Yo, BMFcast, this is Eli G from Virginia. And I just got done watching Star Wars, and you guys failed to mention that Rama and Mad Dog from the raid were motherfucking space gangsters and got motherfucking eaten by a motherfucking space monster. Eli out.
You know,
That's a powerful voicemail.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
pretty good.
sorry, Eli, and I meant to mention it and
Yeah.
just forgot.
There was so much
Because
to talk about.
I think it's because that space pirate scene is among the least of the scenes in the movie.
That whole
So we
sequence
kinda
is
skipped
kind of.
over it. It's kind of forgettable.
I didn't even really remember that scene until I was sitting around the Christmas tree discussing Star Wars and
The Christmas
As you do.
we had a spoiler zone.
Yeah.
So we could all talk about because I spent Christmas with a bunch of fucking nerds. Drinking liquor with a bunch of nerds. It was great.
That's a good name for a podcast.
Yeah.
I think specifically.
Look for it on iTunes next week.
I think
That's my
specifically-
Ben Folds cover band.
There you go.
I think specifically, I was a little disappointed with that scene because when they showed up, I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
So what we were discussing in our little spoiler zone was we were pretty sure that by the time we had already sorry by the time we finished talking about it, we were pretty sure that they had intended to do a lot more with the guys from the raid, because there's like everybody from the raid or the raid 2, one of the two.
Both of them.
Pretty much everybody was in those sequences, and we had just figured that they must have filmed, some fight sequences. Otherwise, you wouldn't bring all of those dudes in.
Mm-hmm.
You could bring in other dudes that look like, badass space gangsters. So,
yeah. I think that scene also just kind of played out like the monster thing in the Star Trek reboot. It was like kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, we're running from CG monster.
Special effect. And here's where we really need to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It felt very prequel-ish.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but when you got just giant CG monster swinging people around doing silly stuff.
Well, I mean, Han and Chewie have just showed up.
Right.
It's time to get to the next thing with Han and
Yeah.
Chewie, not this whatever. Who cares about them finishing up whatever it is they were doing before this movie happened? Don't care.
I don't know why they didn't just like give the fans what they want and like have they'd captured a Wampa. Because like people have been talking about what the fuck would a Wampa do besides like seeing it in full view. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We got one last email from Olina,
Ooh.
who says, a Banff New Year. Dearest BMFcast, greetings from Iceland.
hello.
I hope this email finds you healthy, happy, and fit this new year. I wanted to take a moment and thank you for broadening my film horizons. Many of the movies discussed on your show never made it to my country. It has become easier to find them with the internet, but many are still unavailable. Even without the film, my friends and I greatly enjoy listening to your descriptions and explanations, often preferring them to the actual movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, finally.
Best fan ever now.
I'd also like to thank you for expanding my English. Words like Donnybrook, defenestration, and squib are now commonplace.
Yes.
Phrases such as son of a bitch dinosaur, ninja please, and jive turkey are also in use.
Oh, no.
Although I learned on my first trip to the U.S., it isn't wise to call a black man jive turkey.
Oh, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
no.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
you might as well call him a cocksucker. Sorry, that's a semi-pro joke.
I truly want to thank you for reviewing Bond as you did. I had very little appreciation for the films beforehand, but ended up watching them all with my father, who is a huge fan, and the experience definitely brought us closer. I have no suggestions, just thank you for
Because
my
you were
cold...
sitting on the couch for 35 hours.
Yeah, seriously. I have no suggestions, but thank you from my cold little island, and wishes for a healthy and prosperous new year. Crash and burn, Olina, sent from an antiquated technical device never released in my country.
Wow. I dream of like I have this vision of like people walking around the streets of Reykjavik, just like son of a bitch dinosaur.
You son of a bitch, dinosaur.
That's a
I
great
hear-
The
I
AFL
hear-
volcano
yeah.
explodes again.
You son of a bitch, dinosaur.
I hear it in like Bjork voice, too.
Oh,
Son of a bitch, dinosaur.
so quiet.
Wow. No, that's awesome. That's a great
Yeah.
email.
Well, we're glad we could help your English, Olina, and your expanding swear words, apparently.
Yes.
So, but yes,
Here's a new one. Fuck face. Try that one on for
That's
size.
not that
new?
new.
That's
That's
not
not
new.
new.
Well, it might be new for her.
Sure.
Might be.
It's kind of like douchebag, sort of.
Yeah,
Is it
we say
pejorative?
that. We say that every.
I don't think
It's
it is.
pejorative.
We say that every episode, though. I think
Yeah.
douchebag's
Fuck
been
face
picked
is
up.
pejorative, for sure.
I
And
have-
pejorative is a word you can look up, too,
I have
if you
said-
haven't heard it
Yeah,
before.
call people
douchebag at
pejorative.
least 305 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably.
This is true.
Yeah.
But defenestration. It's a great word. Sadly underutilized
Yes.
in our society.
Well,
Mostly because people don't get thrown through windows very
Right.
often.
Right. Well, they
That's
have
the sad
safety
part,
glass
really.
now,
Yeah.
and
In casual conversation, defenestration just doesn't get to come up very often.
no, like you could work at a place for like 10 years and never see someone defenestrated.
Unless you're in Prague.
Yeah, but those windows are just asking for it. They're already cracked and broken,
Yeah.
and it's just like you got to throw someone through that. I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, that's all we got for this week.
Oh, okay. Then how about some contact information?
Well, that part's pretty easy. Go to bmfcast.com. Look at the right-hand side. There's a bunch of buttons. Those include all the ways to get in touch with us socially, so email, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Also, if it's still working, which I believe it is, we have some Amazon links there, and you can buy and or search through there, and that gives us a nice little kickback, which helps us with our hosting fees and doesn't cost you anything extra.
Yeah, as
So
we
it's
always
nice.
say, you don't have to be shopping for the movie. Just click movie link, and once you're in Amazon, it's like it's like
It's a
referred
referral
you.
link.
Yeah.
So
We just have to get you in the door.
Yeah. So use that. It helps us out because podcasting ain't cheap when you don't have underwear sponsors.
Man, I say that a lot.
Or stamp sponsors or whatever.
Or audiobook sponsors.
Or audiobook sponsors or
Underwear?
Degenerate gambling.
Underwear, okay.
degenerate gambler sponsors
Right.
or chocolate-covered strawberry sponsors or snack food delivery service sponsors.
Right.
Anyway, that joke's gone on too long. So the other ways, if you want to email us directly, bmf@bmfcast.com, or if you want to give us a call on the Garfield phone, 910-5-JACKS-BMF, or 910-556-9263. If you live in an area where phoning that number is extraordinarily expensive, just email an MP3 to bmf@bmfcast.com.
FLAC file.
FLAC, AAC,
Augs.
lossless, OGVorbis, whatever audio file you would like
Yep.
that's a reasonable facsimile of something that's used.
We have the technology.
We can decode it.
Except real media. Fuck that. So please don't send real media files.
Please don't send anything stupid. Like,
All right, then.
Well,
no, I'm just saying, like, it's just takes longer to open up an OGG Vorbis file
it's funny.
or a Corbin Dallas file or anything like
Ooh.
that. Yeah. All right.
Hey, comment. That's what happens when you open a Corbin Dallas
Yeah.
file.
All right, let's get our.
Fuck up the intro, fuck up the outro.
That's
Bookend
right.
it.
That's how I did. Let's get out of here, shall we? I am Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out. Goodbye, 1990. Get fucked.
Jeez, when you put it that way.
Hey, sucker dick.
Hey, 1990. Shit your place.
There it is. There it is.
Oh my god, Magic Cop. I love you, Magic Cop. I wish you were my Asian uncle.
Wait, did Pally send a voicemail in?
Was there? Did I miss something?
Unless he just sent it.
Is the transcript not available one?
Yeah, that might have been because somebody called and
Oh, no,
there
there's
was no sound for like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's the transcript not available one. That's just like it sounds like butt dialing, but it's kind of
Yeah.
like it's like a
Yeah,
noise
it's like
the whole
a
time.
Yeah.
electronic whine.
Yes.
So yeah,
I'd
sorry,
think so.
Pally, you got to send in a real one.
Yeah, you got to use your talking.
Yeah, you got to speak into the phone.
Use your indoor voice.
You got to make mouth noises, not just butt noises.
Yeah, for real.
So, since Kyle is joining us late, let me ask this. Let me ask this question:
Well,
Go on.
when we stop the YouTube thing, is it pretty much immediately up there?
Yeah, within like an hour.
Oh, does it take that long? Okay,
But like he's here now, he could go back to the beginning and play it. It's not going to go away.
there you go. Scroll back to the beginning.
Actually,
Well, I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
work that way. The live one doesn't work.
yeah,
that way
when it's
anymore.
live, you can't scroll back. You just have to.
Yeah, they changed that too because YouTube
Fuck,
can't not fuck with things.
God. Google.
Did you fix last week's show title thing?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I will
okay.
tomorrow.
Fix
when
that show,
when I'm
titty
in there
joke.
fucking around.
Well,
Yeah.
what we're saying is, like, eventually it will show back up on the site as an archived video. It may not have the proper title on there yet, but we fixed that.
You have the right date on it. I'm going to fix it tomorrow
Someday
morning.
after.
Tomorrow morning, everything will be fine, y'all.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine here.
Yeah.
How are you?
How are you? Yep.
All right. Well, I guess we're
All right.
done making a show.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, have a good Happy New Year and fuck you, 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Every week there's going to be a new, new
Yep.
vocabulary phrase for Iceland.
And see Ex Machina if you haven't because it's good.
Yeah, I concur with that.
And really, 2016, you guys, we're going to fucking jam it up here.
Yeah.
Gotta
we?
fucking do it up.
It's
Yeah.
going to...
They're
Whoa, what do you mean?
festivali.
Like,
Like
52 weeks or
Boner jams?
48, 47 weeks of 1991 movies.
It's going to get cray.
Shrifty. Swifty.
Don't get cocky. It's gonna get rocky.
That's what's going to happen. We're going to get cocky. The show's going to get rocky. Except we're not going to watch Rocky.
Unless they made a Rocky in 1991.
Nah.
No.
Rocky 5 was 1990.
Yeah, we didn't do Rocky 5 this year.
It's too long.
Is
It
this
is
the
too
year
long.
I'm going to quit?
Hope not.
Okay.
Please don't quit, BJ. Don't quit on us.
Yeah, you're still
The
wearing
year
your
we
headphones.
stopped making contact.
The year I ghost.
All right. I'm shutting it down now.
Goodbye, live stream. I love you.
No, we have not done our best of list. That will be next episode.
God, I can't believe we did a whole year of 1990.
Did someone
It's
just?
over!
Did I miss someone quoting Parappa the Rapper?
Yahoo!
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
He said, "Don't get cocky, it's gonna get rocky."
Oh,
and then I said, "Rocky, Rocky, Rocky," and then we all said "Rocky" a bunch of times.
I totally missed that. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
I'm sorry. I've just been working in the flea market since I was a baby. No, since my mama was a baby. Yes.
Yeah. Next week, y'all. 1991.
Hey,
25th anniversary.
just because the rhythm is slow, that don't mean that you can't flow.
Is this Parappa the Rapper that you're quoting, actually?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've played Parappa the Rapper 2 in the last
Number
week.
2 or also? Kitty!
In the last week.
Been working in the flea market so early. I've been working here since my mama was a baby. Just because the rhythm is slow, that don't mean that you can't flow. In the rain or in the got the funky flow.
Hey, Cat. That's supposed to be in here.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind.